Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Eternal Undermountain. Sorry, we're a day later. We're back to our normal schedule next week. But for now, you can catch us every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can catch our sister stream from 9 p.m. to midnight on Sundays Eastern Time. That's with a different group of people going through a homebrew game. You can find my books on DriveThruRPG, as well as some of them on the DM's Guild, including Noble Crumpet's Book of Secrets, which is coming soon. Alright. With that out of the way, we have a very special episode for you today, I'm hoping. Last time, in the Eternal Undermountain, there was a murder at the Guild's Meet Gala. After the PCs had done a bit of dating games and stuff like that, they went to this party at the Castellanter's Villa when one of their dates, Oliver Silmerhelm, was murdered brutally in the upstairs in an extra bedroom. And
Wait, what?
yeah, you guys investigated last time, but investigation time is over because it's time for the trial and time for Bal Kuma, as he's called, to adjourn the adjourn? No, what's starting the trial? Starting the trial, opposite of adjourn.
Meeting is
Commencing the trial.
Commence.
Yeah.
Convening.
Convening, commencing. Adjourning means taking a break.
Indeed.
I think adjourned, yeah, it's like ending it.
I
ending your
realized
break.
the mistake. I said just whatever the opposite is. You don't need to
Probably
keep
getting
defining
roleplay.
what the... Okay, well,
Sustained.
Overruled.
Objection.
No terms.
there we go.
Oh my
Alright.
god, this poor fucking kid. Sorry. Every time I see, I wasn't in roll 20 and this guy's.
It popped up.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Also,
Okay.
Newt, maybe a bit late, but that's just the case
God, I
again.
hope not.
Anywho, let's get back into it, shall we? So, after you guys had finished your investigating, you guys heard the tolling of a bell that was followed by Bal's voice in his squeaky avatar form, saying, "Everyone, please report to the ballroom so we can start the trial. The trial of the gala."
The
And-
ball.
As you guys head down to the... Actually, no. As you guys head down there, I guess you're thinking over in your heads, reviewing some of the clues and stuff that you found. I did promise a bit of a recap. That's also why I brought you to this scene here. You guys found... let's see. Found his wounds to be shaped like knives. There are 3 wounds in his back. The blood streaks on the ground seem to show that he was dragged. You found a wet spot on the ground underneath his body, a shattered vase that you've intuited has come from the doorway, and was once presumably on that desk in the back, covered with dust, with a indentation where the vase was. Oh my throat is getting a tickle. That's not good for
Do you
tonight.
want me to just read like the section from the Undermountain notes? Would that be easier? Because that way it doesn't cross over with what you might have written down that we may not have seen.
No, you've pretty much seen everything.
Okay.
There's also a laundry chute in the back there that had green cloth stuck in it, and the window had been shattered in the back. I can go to a different scene as well to go further into things. Where to next? You got.
So I was saying I could read it out loud so you can keep eating too.
You guys went to the bedroom next. Osa was a panther at the time.
I don't to eat.
And you guys found blood on the writing desk. You also noted that there was a lockbox underneath the bed. There was a white feather on the ground. This stool has like a compartment in it that Victoro had checked at some point. And this little front thing on the bed seems to have had something there that wasn't there before. This window was also open at the time that you guys found this place. Let's see, the library. We go there real quick. The library didn't have too many clues in it, except for the fact that it appears somebody was ransacking or searching the place. One of the doors that was open seems to be emanating magic. So the person was probably looking for something of magical value.
The potential motive for the murder.
Let's see. In the upper hall, just outside the bedroom and the spare bedroom and the library, there are blood streaks leading into the room where Oliver was. There's a highly reflective urn on the outside that Oliver, after questioning him using Speak with Dead, you guys found that he saw the reflection of his killer, who seems to have a horned visage, but that is all that he saw before his breath left his lungs and he collapsed. The only enemies that he could think of was the Zentarum, so possibly Rick. Let's see. I think that was mostly it for the upper hall. One of the last places, not the last place, one of the last places you went was the gardens, and the gardens had muddy footprints on the ground right around here. A strange basket-like contraption, but it seems to have no bearing on the case.
Carrying the basket around with all the stuff in it that we found.
Yes, BB has the basket, and it has all of our clues in it.
In all the clues you found. In the bushes, there was shattered glass and a tuft of fur, and these muddy footprints seem to lead out of there. There was also a horned mask discarded in the bushes nearby. That was mostly all you found out here.
Oh, the base upstairs also had plants in it beforehand.
Well, I'll get to that. The last place you went to was the laundry room. Lit a torch, apparently. At the bottom of the laundry chute, you guys found green robes and jewelry and dried plants. They were all soaking wet. And that is, I think, mostly it before you guys had to start questioning the people, and then you were interrupted by Ball. So, is there anything that I missed, Allie, who I'm assuming is perusing the notes?
I can think of one thing off the bat.
There's a couple things with like the characters themselves.
Yeah,
so
besides their
Fear-
like accounts and
accounts.
stuff.
Okay.
Besides their alibis and witness accounts and all that.
Notably, we have not seen Thrazir since any of this started.
That is very true as well. Okay. Well, I think
that's pretty much everything.
I think we've reviewed everything, at least all the clues that we found. Much quicker to go through when you know where they all are.
Well, I guess the other thing that was kind of important, but not really, is just the fact that this room has been empty for a very long time. The Castellaners have said that no one has used this room because this is their dead son's room. Which might be important. Well, someone might, like, it might be a servant, someone might actually know the house or know that the son's dead. They know that they don't go in this room, so it would have been a good...
Where the murder happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, not this room.
No, not this room. The
Yeah.
the Castellander's son's room. The first one.
I don't know what counts as evidence concerning, like, what's her name having, like, a bloody bandage on her hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's a clue. I didn't put it into your
I have it on the
What's
notes
her-
underneath the name. Arena?
arena.
Arena.
Yeah.
Arena, yeah, sorry. Also, one bit of thing that came out was that somebody's been in the restroom for a very long time, and I think Shane went to go check on them. Like, was that right at the end of the session?
Yeah, but there was nothing of importance in there.
Yeah.
it was just nothing.
Crystal clean.
Okay.
That was Maggie. I guess the one
Maggie.
thing,
He was only gone for like 10 minutes or whatever it was. Not long.
Yeah.
10 minutes of murder, exactly. Arabelle had a consistent smell
She's
to the
innocent.
cracks in the garden. I think that was a big thing. And she wore a rabbit fur shawl, which matched the brown fur that we found in the garden as well.
Well,
And she's not
before we
wearing
get into too much discussion, this is getting into conjecture at some point. This would never hold up in court.
Wow.
Speaking
Whoa.
It
Oh.
would hold up in Danganronpa.
it would hold up in
Recap.
Danganronpa.
I flipped my basket of evidence.
Well, you
This is our
said it
professional
like
recap,
this,
isn't
so...
It's
'Cause
how
we
I
saw
wrote it.
stuff.
So let's go to the trial grounds,
Hate you.
which is now the ballroom.
Dumb.
You guys head to the ballroom, and there is a circle of little pews or stands that you guys can walk up to. They are curved inward so that you guys can walk inside. Everybody is there kind of taking their place waiting for you. Looks like most of the nobles aren't even present anymore.
Wait, is this ballroom because it's ball? That's fuck.
That's what I said.
I didn't even hear it. Hate it.
Well, as you guys are brought in here, you note that everybody has sort of taken their places, and everybody's kind of just like watching you guys enter. Finally.
Huh.
Hello! Oh, get out of my way. Looks like everybody's finally here. Everyone that matters. It's time to commence the trial. So, do you want to know the rules? There's not a lot of them, but I can give you a quick refresher. So,
Yes.
so, everyone gets a vote at the end of the class. Sorry, old habits.
Sure.
At the end of the gala's trial. And if everyone has a majority, that person will be chosen as the murderer. If you're right, then that person gets punished. If you're wrong, then the rest of you get punished. Understand?
I'm gonna assume we have to vote.
Of course. If you don't, you'll also be murdered.
Great.
That sounds like a load of bullshit, but sure.
This is what's fun in games in the world of deities.
Mhm.
As the god of murder, I don't have too many friends, so I try and make new ones.
You don't say.
And I assume you make friends by murdering them.
Are you stalking my Facebook?
Do people tend to hang around and hang out after they're murdered?
Usually not. They usually just get handed
Yeah.
over to Nerul. But anyway,
Okay.
so, if there are no further questions, just remember, you're not just trying to figure out the culprit, you gotta convince everybody else that that culprit is true too. Or else they could vote for somebody that you don't want them to. Alright?
Okay.
No further questions?
Is there a judge?
Well, there's a jury and an executioner.
All right.
I guess
But
it's
I'm
important-
here on the sidelines to solve any disputes that you might have during the trial.
All right. Well, I object.
That's not how that works. Also, what time is it?
I just always wanted to say that.
Oh, you have plenty of time before dawn when the time limit expires.
Well, what time is it right now before it becomes dawn?
Probably about 2 a.m., I think. It's hard to tell the mortal's time.
Ah. Okay.
Well, you better get started. Better get talking. And
Is it an evil version of the fucking lollipop owl? The Tootsie Pop owl?
it is a pretty evil version of that.
A 1, a 2, a 3.
One murder, two murder.
But two new friends.
All right. So you guys are kind of accepted here at the trial, and
I would like to make note, I think that no one at this point should be pointing fingers at anyone. There should only be questions asked. If we can follow that, maybe even just for a few rounds, quote unquote, maybe we can start figuring out what's going on and what's missing.
Orina speaks up and says, "I agree. There needs to be some order to the way that we do things here." And also, just out of character, I'll note that those little crossbow bolts down there are your truth bolts. They're just list a lot of the clues. I couldn't really fit every single individual detail, but they do repeat because this is a very long screen.
That's fair.
So you don't have to worry about them being different, and you don't have to worry about using them. They're just there for your reference only. And your characters are also repeated, you'll see, so that you can reach them easier no matter where you are on the screen.
Dankeschön.
All right. And another thing. You also all have control of one of these little identifier things. I think that should work properly. And they're roughly based on color.
Heh.
Nice. Uh, thanks, everyone.
I'm gonna put
Immediately
mine in
regretting
front of
this.
me so that I remember that it's mine.
It's kind of why I put it on top of spell rack. I was like, oh, yeah, that one's mine.
That's fair. All right. So, and yeah, Montana was in the middle because I wasn't sure if you were going to be here today, so I put you in the stands.
That's okay.
On
All
trial
right.
for murder.
Murder.
You are being judged.
So,
For a second, I was like, who's in the empty one all the way on the right? But it's not empty, it's the plant.
It's the plant.
it is in fact
I
the
just
plant.
realized that too.
Skullcrusher. Skullbasher?
It's Skullbreaker.
Skullbreaker.
We're unclear.
Well,
I have a question. Where's Trazir? He should be here. He was here during the night. Balkuma pops up again and says, "Sorry, but he won't be here. He wasn't here after all, so he won't be at the trial." Proceed.
Wait,
uh-huh.
what do you mean he wasn't here after all?
I will not elaborate.
Fantastic.
What if I need to buy a gem?
I request elaboration.
Well, for one, I think that we need to figure this out piece by piece. I think the most helpful thing we can figure out first would be the time of death. When was the last time that anyone saw Oliver? Now that we're all here in the same room.
Well, Oliver was my date, and the last time I saw him was during, what was it, the cocktail hour? Was when we were dancing and then he ran away? Was that when that was?
I think it
Or was it after that?
I think it might have been after
Around
that.
the dance time,
I
wasn't
think it
it?
was around the dance, technically. The dance
Okay, yeah.
is distinct from the cocktail hour.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah, then it was during the dance time. I didn't realize they were two distinct things.
If you'd like, I can go down the events of the night. I do have a schedule printed here, and we stuck to it
Great.
by the letter. So, first was the welcoming when guests were arriving. Then cocktail hour as everybody was here and mingling next to the bar. I think some of you were out dancing, regardless. Then was the guilds meet ceremony, and we announced all of the new measures that the guilds were taking, including mine and Thrazir's as well. After that, the dance occurred. After a while, we were called in. We called everybody in for the feast. Then culminated in a toast, and I believe some people exchanged gifts. And that was before we finally decided to look for Oliver and found him upstairs. Well, I say we, I mean you all.
Mm.
So I was with Oliver the whole night, up until the dance portion, and he really seemed to not be himself. He had just had a bit of a disagreement with Rick that I observed. And then during the dance period, he kind of ran away, told me that he'd see me for the dinner, but then he never showed.
What happened to him?
Yeah, I remember that. But it don't mean nothing. It was just Oliver freaking out. You know how he is.
I mean, we only met him the other day. I don't really know
Yeah,
how he
I
is all
really
the time.
don't.
What was your
Regardless.
argument about?
We need to figure out this time of death. But we can come to that later, I think. Just keep it in the back of your head. When you entered, and she kind of is pointing at the rest of you guys, you said you heard glass shattering. Did you see the culprit escaping when you went in there?
Wait,
No.
no, I don't think we did.
Right. So, you heard glass shattering, and the window was broken.
Mhm.
But you didn't see them escaping, so that probably wasn't the case.
Well, I don't have dark vision, so it's hard to see sometimes, and there was a dead body right in front of me, which was a wee bit distracting.
Fair enough.
We heard the noise, that's about it. Which, now that you mention it, possibly it could have been broken before. And maybe it was
Well-
sound created by magic.
Freakazoid
Magic
is
is
outside.
One opportunity.
Whenever Freakazoid is outside, if
Talking
he
to
heard
me?
the glass breaking,
You mean
That's when the death happened.
Maladosphere was outside?
That's what I said.
Okay, because I
That
thought
guy.
Freakazoid was Rickazoid.
He is. At
Okay.
least that's what I thought.
No, I said Malinosphere. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The Tiefling.
Did he say that he heard glass shattering outside?
Maladosphere. I heard something in a bush in the garden on the side of the building. I was smoking during dinner. I left around the toast. 2. I heard the something breaking or smashing. Because he smoked twice.
Yeah, that's true. I went out to smoke twice. The glass was
Right,
shaking.
right.
The shattering noise I heard the second time around.
I call Aladosphere to the stand.
Yeah, we're kind of all here, dude.
They're all on the stand.
All right, well, question. Is it true you called my outfit stupid?
No.
Yeah, overruled. So is your outfit.
I rest my case. I think we're done here.
I think we know who the culprit is.
Okay. Well, we can deal with your crimes of fashion maybe after the crimes of murdering.
As long as we're all alive, of course.
Boy, so many twists and turns in this trial.
Well, we've heard from Rickazoid. We can elaborate more, because I like where Oso was going with that question before.
With Rickazoid or Malados?
No, Prior was asking Rickazoid what the argument was about.
Oh,
You
sure.
know, Malados, Arena, Arabelle, who are we missing? Felrax, I guess right now you should probably say where you were.
Do I need to say that? I was with you the entire time.
Yeah,
Don't you remember?
I remember. I'm just saying, make it up so for everyone else. Were you ever alone? Did you ever run off anywhere? Who was with you?
I didn't run off anywhere. I have a pretty good bladder. I was with Newt most of the time. I only left once to go to the bathroom.
You slut bag.
Oh, hi, Ken.
Whoa.
I knew you did it. We were hanging out all night. Yeah,
So I guess
uh,
aside from the disagreement, Rickazoid, where else have you been this evening?
Right, let's go.
Did I die?
No, you didn't. You didn't die.
Not yet.
I was just moving things. I have like a lot of screens up to deal with this situation. Alright, look. If you're trying to accuse me, I wasn't anywhere but the bar. After I had that argument with Oliver, I just went there and did my business. I don't have anybody to talk to here except for him and the Castle Anthers.
We ain't accusing anyone at this point. We are just trying to make sure we got our ducks in a row, and you happen to be one of them little ducks.
Who are you talking to right now?
Hey,
Everyone.
I saw him
Rickazoid?
arguing though. He says
Yeah.
he didn't leave, and he was arguing twice. There was once when he was with you guys, and then once I saw him on the balustrade upstairs.
Is
Who's
Arabelle
talking?
saying that?
Arabelle's talking. I'm like pinging whenever I have
Okay.
somebody talk.
Sorry, I'm writing notes, so it's hard to go back and forth for me too.
If Rickazoid is a duckling, he's an ugly duckling.
Do you
Nice
say
one,
that
Nick.
in character?
Sorry, you're just a little green with
You
envy,
did.
probably.
I am green, so.
Anywho, if that's the only one that can confirm it, maybe she's lying. Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider one of your friends might be lying?
You're talking a lot, buddy.
Also,
Well, you're
yes,
asking me questions.
We would consider everything, so might I say that it would be best to keep emotions out of this until we start pointing fingers. We're just trying to figure out where everyone was. So,
What your thing is.
thing is,
Stop trying to point those little cheese puffs you got there.
I think it might be appropriate right now, Malados, for you to explain if and what you were doing on the balustrade, if so. Were you?
Yeah, alright. I was on the balustrade, or whatever. I was up there, I talked to Oliver, I just wanted to get him alone. I noticed that he left his date over there, he gestures towards Montana, so I followed him up the stairs. but he didn't seem too keen on actually paying back the Zentarum. I just hoped to put maybe the fear of God in him, but I didn't kill him. I need him alive.
Did you see anything else when you were up there?
Nah, I didn't see anything else. I left as soon as I finished talking to him. It wasn't so much of an argument as me yelling at him.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Based on how the first argument went.
Alright. It's just not like Oliver to stoop to my level, you see.
I guess
Who's
better.
Oliver?
The dead boy.
Oh yeah. I didn't know him that well.
Arabelle, how do you know that you saw, or how did you see Rickazoid up on the balustrade? Were you up there as well?
Well, that was when I was going to the bathroom. Bathroom, you have to cross the stairs to get to it, so I just happened to see him up there. I didn't go up at all. You can ask the attendant there. He was only letting important people up.
I think it's very important.
Is the attendant, are we allowed to ask the attendant?
Yeah.
Sure,
Put him on trial.
you can ask the attendant everything. And the attendant is brought in. Hello, can I help you all in this absurd farce of a trial that we're doing?
Are you the
Yeah.
butler?
Hi. Have you murdered anybody today?
No, I was not asked to, so I did not.
Are you
Have
Have you
sure?
murdered anybody before?
Wait, you do it
Valkuma,
if you
do I need
ask?
to answer this question? No! I decline to answer.
That's a fair guess.
Okay.
Suspicious.
Can you tell us who you saw or had let up into the balustrade? Is actually probably a better question.
And when?
And why?
I
Well, I don't. That's why I thought.
I let up Oliver. Oliver.
I know. What's his name anyway, right?
I let him upstairs. It's hard to say. Probably around the dance or something. Maybe a little before. And then Rick followed soon after. Rick left, but Oliver was in sorts. He was sort of crying softly to himself, so I figured I'd let him be up there for a while. I sort of forgot about him after a while.
Wow.
Anyone
As
else?
did we all, unfortunately.
I didn't.
No one else went up there, I'm afraid.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's the right answer you want to give?
That is the right answer that I want to give.
I'm gonna make a note for everyone else here that Montana and myself went up to the second floor and
Yeah.
the guard had let us pass.
Can I do?
Well, I figured that
perception?
was besides the point, unless you murdered him
said-
while you were there.
Everyone.
Very well, then I
hello?
also saw you. I also saw Montana. Montana, did anybody go with you? I forget.
Nope.
No.
It was just me and
Then
me and
he's-
BB.
He says that he let you two up just before the body was discovered.
Oh, right.
Can I do a
Okay.
perception check on when he said that? That was the right answer that he was giving.
You can do an insight check.
Insight. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very cordial dude, but it's hard to tell if he's like lying or not.
All right.
Do we have any more questions for this man?
Did you just assume he's dead?
What are you gonna
Yes.
dismiss?
Yes, I have a question for him.
Okay.
What is your
Do
question?
you think my outfit is ludicrous?
He looks at Victoro. Victoro nods and says, "Yes, I believe that it is quite ludicrous."
Damn straight it is. In your face, Malados.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
For Alistair, it's a great thing.
Right. Well, he's dismissed. And then the man kind of flies out of the room. Ah! The door is like closed behind him.
Is he gonna be okay?
Of course!
Hey.
I wouldn't murder him. Why would you think I would do that?
It just kind of
Because you're the god of murder.
It kind of looks like you sent him to the abyss or something.
Orina speaks up and says, well, if Rick was the only one up there, and Arabelle can confirm that he was up there, should we not consider that he is a possible suspect? Suspect? Suspect.
A sauce packet. A sauce packet.
Taco Bell.
It's a possible hot sauce packet.
Nah, Rickazoid definitely strikes me as like one of those freaking Rick and Morty like Szechuan sauce assholes.
Yeah, he's gonna sit up front in your face and wants to get shit from you now.
Yeah.
I fucking love, by the way, how fucking Freakazoid's face. He's so short, he's covered.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's like
Could we not get him a box?
that's a great touch, Chris.
He doesn't need a box.
Can I have a box?
No.
No.
No, you
You used to
can't.
roll for it.
roll the box.
He's standing on tiptoes the entire time.
Careful, your calves are gonna cramp there, pal.
Listen, in my work for the Zentarum, my calves have become ironclad.
Alright.
Yikes.
I have to talk to a
Alright.
lot of tall people.
Jot that down in the notes, BB.
Write that
He's
down, write
got
that down.
iron
Iron
calves.
calves.
You could have used it as a weapon.
The murder weapon.
the murder weapon is
The
Listen.
iron calves.
iron calves.
Listen, I might be a guy that organizes hits for the Zentarum. I didn't do nothing. It's impossible for me to have committed that murder.
Nobody asked you that.
Why is it impossible?
You seen the body?
No.
It seems
Oh.
to have been dragged.
You literally asked it. Actually, no.
You were technically there.
I was at the bar.
You were not. You did come upstairs with
You
Arabelle.
did see it,
Later
yeah.
on,
But
yeah.
You briefly saw it, yes.
Oh,
The body
I-
seemed to
I
be
could have been
dragged.
I could have been too small to see. Someone's butt cheek could have been in the way.
So,
Well,
A-
that's
a quick
kind of
thing.
what I'm getting to. Those wounds were on his back, right? How could I have reached him to stab him in the back?
You could have knocked him over first,
Me?
and then
Knock him
stabbed
over?
him when he was on the ground.
I knocked him over with a vase.
Yeah, there was a vase over top of a door. If it hit him in the head, he might have been startled and fell.
well, is it possible that maybe there's more than one person who might be working in on this? Because, unfortunately, I think Rickazoid here might be too small to carry the body into the room.
Yeah, I can't even drag the thing. And a vase on top of the door? How would I even get it up there?
Oliver's like 90 pounds soaking wet. What are you talking about?
This guy's like 25 pounds. This is like a little toy poodle trying to, like, pick up a schnauzer.
Yeah, this guy's like a 20-pound weight in a
Teacup
suit.
poodle.
It's a fucking tiny dumbbell.
So, I don't know.
He's
I've
a
seen.
dumbbell, alright.
Maybe he rolled a natural 20 on his fucking strength check. I don't know.
Hey, not everything's possible with a natural 20, pal. Not on skill checks.
Well, apparently you can hold back a lion if you're. Never. Anyway, I think we're overlooking Skullbreaker.
Did you not have your hand on him the entire time?
Yeah,
There's a lot of dirt.
You were dancing with him most of the night.
I was on the dance floor most of the time, but I'm just saying, keep an eye out.
Skullbreaker rustles in the breeze a bit.
What breeze?
Ominously. Yeah, exactly.
Should we take that rustling to be like indignant?
You can take it however you please.
Okay.
Whoa!
After Rick says his piece, Maggie speaks up and says, "Well, couldn't he have thrown the daggers? That would let him get up there if he was going to kill someone taller than himself."
I think that the wounds would have had a noticeable entry point angle. If he
Yeah.
was
It
would've been
they
an
were thrown
angle.
from-
Well, I didn't
From
investigate the
below?
corpse, so I can't tell. Yeah, did anybody take a look at that? Can anybody corroborate that?
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, you all did.
I don't know if we really established it,
An angle,
but
yeah.
they looked in the picture to be pretty straight on
And very deep.
and pretty deep. Yeah. Did we ever establish how deep? Because we still don't know what the murder
Alistair.
weapon is.
Alistair was the
don't.
one who got the closest look at it. Make a medicine check.
Okay. What the? Okay. Character.
Oh, by the way, while he's doing that, did we establish the time?
No,
Not
no, we
really.
didn't. We immediately got off track. All right, yeah, Alistair, you have a pretty good memory for the corpse, and you think that the wounds were pretty straight on, and as pictured, pretty deep looking, especially if they were to actually kill him, like immediately. With your experience throwing daggers, it would take a lot more force to get them that deep. Something that this
Yes.
20-pound lightweight probably couldn't accomplish.
Yes, he is rather weak. I don't believe he could throw a dagger with that much force.
See?
You
I'm
know-
weak. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Somebody agrees.
I don't...
Also, as far as timeline, we do know that it was sometime after the dance, and it was sometime after the feast, and sometime after the culminating, the toast, and the gifts.
Did Oliver have a head wound?
Alistair, you did not detect a head wound. I believe you got a natural 20 last time, so I'm pretty much gonna
Yeah.
keep answering any medical
Yeah, I'm
questions.
just kind of we're trying to remember.
All the notes are in the thing. You can read through 'em.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I know. I just don't remember if we asked.
This is a
I
valid
think
question.
I think his check was so good that we established that like he got stabbed in the lung, which would have prevented him from screaming.
Yeah. Well, if we want to get back on the time of death, does anybody care that I found that shattering noise when I went from that smoke during the toast?
I super care about that, Malados.
I think it's really important.
Yeah, I thought it was important too. But was that the window?
Well, we don't really know right now, but whatever time you can establish that was is one step closer, right?
That's right.
So what time was that, Malados?
He explains it was during the toast,
Oh, I missed that part.
which that's when he left for the smoke. He says that it happened kind of late into the smoke, so it probably happened a bit later. Which make an insight check, everybody, if you wish.
And
I
the toast was after the dancing portion?
No, the toast was during dinner.
Toast
It
was
was,
during
yeah.
dinner. Okay.
In spite of the
He's got it.
drunkenness, right. Looks like everybody's doing pretty good here. You guys realize that yeah, everybody's doing good. You guys
Not even
realize
honest.
that based on his description, that sound probably happened just as soon as you guys were discovering the body. That's the shattering sound he probably heard while he was in the garden.
Okay. So
Okay.
that doesn't mean that that's the time of death. That's just the time of discovery. So it's still between the dance, the feast, and the toast.
So we didn't really figure
Yes.
out anything, did we?
But
No,
we-
you didn't. Good
But-
job.
Question for you, Malados. How long had you been outside before you heard that sound? Like, had you been out there for a while?
Like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Before that, you heard a rustling in the bushes, correct?
Yeah, but that wasn't that time. It was the first time I went for a smoke. That was that was a bit earlier, during the dance, I think.
And what were the differences? Like, what time period was the first and second? Between the first and second is
Several
when...
hours.
Jeez, we've been here that long.
Not 10 minutes. This entire gala did not take like 1 hour. It was like
Yeah.
the span of many
Yeah.
hours.
It's a party.
It was like
Yeah.
6 p.m. to like 10 or 11.
It's a good party.
And now it's 2.
And now
And
it's
now
2.
it's 2.
You guys
And
have
it's
been
like,
investigating the
We're
whole
all
place.
really tired. We want to go home. We're like, can we please get this over with? 12
But now
angry
you're all
men in a
filled
room.
with despair. Oh,
Get
You
out.
sure are.
So we're going.
Sure
So
are.
it was between those two smokes.
I guess it could be between those two smokes.
Something
Well-
happened between that time, yes.
Listen, that doesn't narrow it down very much. Maybe we can talk about the murder weapon next.
Well-
I mean,
Well,
I'd
what could
love
he have
to,
been
but I've
murdered
got no
with?
leads.
I have a few more questions as well before we move on to the murder weapon. such as placement, location. We still haven't talked to a couple of you, including the Castellanters.
I
Maggie,
think the biggest
And a
thing we need to
plan.
focus on, if you guys agree, if not,
what is the
we
thing
should-
to focus on?
I think we should focus on the motives. Who here would have a reason to murder?
The ugly duckling.
You know that they can just all lie about that, right?
Well, they could. But that's why we're going to question them.
Can I, before we get to that, could I ask just 2 more questions?
Sure.
Maggie, did you see Arbella in the bathroom?
Did I see her in the bathroom? No. But we went at, like, slightly different times, I guess.
How long were you in the bathroom for? Alistair, do you remember when she left?
I don't know.
It was
God damn it.
It's like 10 minutes or so. It was around the dance, but I mean, they both went during the dance. But I can... I guess...
Arbella, did you see Maggie?
No, I didn't see her either.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you guys make... I'm gonna have Newt and Alistair make insight checks.
For their dates.
Yeah. To remember... To keep track of their dates.
My date.
Oh man, mine's innocent. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Alistair, you don't remember exactly when she went, but Newt, even in your inebriated state, you're sobering up now, of course. You
Prove
do
it.
recall that Arabelle went later in the dance, possibly hours later than Maggie.
It's not all women go powder their noses at the same time. I mean,
But I
I
wasn't
mean, I
powdering
argue
my
that
nose.
typically they do, just not these two.
And what time did Oliver leave the dance?
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, kind of right at
Alright.
the beginning.
And he said he was going to the garden, but he didn't.
That's correct.
He said he was going to the garden, but he went upstairs. He said when we interrogated him using Speak with Dead that he was sorry that he lied. But he didn't want me to
Oh,
follow
wait.
him.
Did you say that he wasn't in the garden?
Oliver
wasn't.
was not.
Well, I was in the garden.
Okay.
And
When?
what
when did you go to the garden?
That's why I was going to the bathroom.
time?
Oh,
Oh, boy.
oh, Maggie.
Oh
No,
shit!
Door.
I
Is that
think
the
I know what
rustling I
that
heard in the
rustling-
bushes?
Oh, that's probably it, yeah.
Oh, God.
You were spying on me? You pervert!
Yeah, you gross. Why are you peeking on and you peeping
you-
Tom?
Hey, Maggie,
Peeing
can
in
I
the
ask you a
bushes?
quick question? The bush that you chose, did it happen to be near a suspicious-looking basket?
Basket is suspicious as fuck.
No. Not that I
Oh.
know of. I
Was it near the
chose a
wall?
place that was kind of, like, far off near the fence. I didn't want to... I didn't want anybody watching me.
Maggie doesn't have brown fur, right?
She does.
I mean, she does.
She's got a little bit of
Can
both.
I
She's got, like, fur on her.
can I do I don't know, an insight check to see if that tuft of fur could have come from her using the bathroom in the bushes?
I
Like,
thought
do
we
I?
determined it came from that like coat.
I mean, that's kind of just a conclusion you can draw.
We said it could have. That's what
Oh.
I mean. Like, I don't know, because I don't know.
I'm mostly making insight checks for, like, memory recollection or detecting if people are, like, lying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see, like, we won't get any confirmation on a lot of things, and I don't know if, like, outside of the game you can give us, like, a sort of a, I don't know, like a, I guess not.
The
I guess
answer?
answer, like,
I
I don't know. There's no way to, because they could all be lying about anything. So there's really no way to check, like.
Yeah, you could. They could. That's kind of
Insight.
why we need to,
Insight.
like,
That's what the insight
work
checks
through
are.
things.
And that's the reason why it's not determining things off of who's telling the truth or who's lying. It's confirming location and who's around who. And then once that one person starts not fitting into the puzzle, there's something wrong. But of course, we also need people to confirm they've seen each other, like the whole these 2 girls going to the bathroom. But we just learned that Maggie didn't go to the bathroom in the toilet. She went in nature.
Yeah, can I... Really, my line of
Yes.
questioning was to
Why wouldn't
confirm... Really, my line of questioning was to confirm that the bush that Malados heard the rustling in is the same bush that, like, we found the fur in and that she's claiming to use. Like, are they the same bush, as far as we can understand?
I heard the rustling over near the bush that was up against the villa. Is that where you were doing anything? No, I was off near the fence. I'm pretty quiet.
Aha.
I thought I was.
So it's a different bush that
Maybe
she
you were then.
did her business in.
Yeah. So, because we saw the clump of fur underneath the bedroom window.
Did.
Yeah.
So it is a
Okay.
different bush. So the rustling was that he heard was not the same thing.
Regardless, we need to establish what the murder weapon was. Nobody had any weapons here. They were all taken at the front door. I think that it's important, and I think figuring that out might help us solve this case.
I think figuring that out might actually put a bit of a target on you. If you would like to discuss how some magic could be used to create weapons.
Yeah, specifically 3 daggers.
Listen, magic can be made to make anything. But I want to know if anybody did happen to bring any weapons to the party and we maybe didn't know about it. Hey,
Just these hands. And I pull ball up my fists.
turns out you guys have been accusing me, but I don't have any weapons on me. But I did find somebody that does. Hey, Alistair, do you mind giving me that cane of yours?
No. I walking stick, you freak.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know a concealed weapon when I find one. And he takes it and he pulls out the rapier a little bit to show people.
Can I stab him with it now, or that allowed?
How long do I have to wait before I can stab this fool?
Hey, you can't deny that somebody brought a weapon to this event. What were
Yes,
you
and
planning
it was
on
me
doing,
the whole
Alistair?
time.
Yeah, it was on you the whole time. I also saw you doing magic at the bar. I was there. I was off in the corner, but I saw you distracting the bartender with magic. Who's to say you didn't turn invisible at some point or some shit, and then sneak away and murder Oliver with your rapier? You never liked the guy, at least from the impression I got. You all were hating on him when he was visiting you guys at Lift's Tavern.
You also don't like him. He owes you money.
Yeah, but that kind of, that's part of my personality.
To be an asshole?
You have
That's
a
also part of my
personality?
job.
You know,
Being an
speaking
asshole
of-
is sort of a side hobby.
You're saying you do have more of a motive than we do. We're just annoyed. You're an asshole.
Again, I needed him alive. If I killed him, he's the Silmerhelp's only kid. They wouldn't have been able to pay up. They would have just headed for the hills. They would have gotten out of town. I don't want him dead. I want him scared, so that his parents pay up, or else he gets killed. This was the or else part. You don't understand how things work in the underworld.
Underworld?
Sure
Are you
don't.
from hell?
I don't
No.
think you understand how anything works.
Listen, there's the god of murder here. I can speak freely about the Black Network if I want to.
The Black Network?
Yeah, the
yeah,
Zentara.
go ahead. Speak freely.
We don't exactly have the best reputation. I've already told
Yeah,
you that
it
I
kinda
work hits
sucks.
for them.
I do have one question for you, Freakazoid. What is your role specifically in the Zentarum?
I organize kills, and I press people that don't pay.
No further questions.
That doesn't mean I killed them. I'm never the one that carries out things.
I didn't say
Capiche?
that. I didn't say that. That's enough. You're done. No further questions.
Arena, you're probably
Michael
one of the last
Michael
few
moment
that have
always.
not.
The lawyer's like putting his hand across his neck. No, stop.
Uh-huh.
That was my cool thing to say. No further questions. Thank you.
It's fine. Arena, been doing a lot of talking. You're curious about the murder weapon. Also making you sound a little bit suspicious, as if we may have found it, or are you curious if we have found it? Where have you been all night? Because we know you weren't with Malados. Because he was in the garden twice.
Double garden.
Well, who's
Oh.
to say that Alistair wasn't the one that was actually the murderer?
Please don't deflect the question. Where were you?
Very well.
We can worry about Alistair being the murderer after we figure out where everyone was.
I was moving about. I was in and out of the bar. I I may have been missing at some point, but I wasn't where you think I was.
You were in the
Where was
library.
that some point?
Who's to say that I was in the library? Who's to say that somebody else... Can we stop talking about me? Just stop
No.
talking about me.
No.
No.
We're going to
No.
keep talking about you, sweetheart.
Can we at least prove that Alistair didn't do it first?
I mean, it's been proven. I don't
It's
know.
been
why
proven that you have the murder weapon. Or a
It's been
murder
proven that
weapon.
he has a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, look
I-
at this. Okay, take this weapon and do some forensics on it. Please be my guest. Please
Mara,
find
nope.
blood. Please find traces of anything on it.
I
This is
Go
like
ahead.
CSI.
That's fair. Also, might I note that if this was the weapon that had stabbed through Oliver, that this might have gone clean through him.
Not
It's
necessarily.
too long.
It's a rapier. You could stab somebody but not go all the way through. Those were pretty
The
deep
rapier-
wounds.
The
was-
rapier is very thin, though. The knife marks on the back were quite
We're
big.
pretty thick.
Were
Yeah.
they like sabers or something?
They were very big, and they
Yeah. If
If it was
also
a saber,
were.
it wouldn't make a wound like that.
They
this is
also
about
didn't
the
go all
right
the way
size.
through.
No, they
Also,
didn't go
who
all
would
the way
stab
through.
somebody 3 times in the back with a sword? That's
Somebody that
crazy.
didn't finish the job the first time.
That
Rapiers
takes a lot
are-
of effort.
Rapiers are definitely known for more of the slashing type of weapon, but not much of a piercing.
I thought
And if
that
you
he died
do, it's one
immediately.
pierce.
And also, rapiers are piercing weapons per the player's handbook, so
Damn it!
Yes, yeah.
didn't know
Yes,
if
he's got to on that one, BB.
Mm.
I still don't think you would run somebody through 3 times, and they also the wounds didn't go all the way through.
Also a pretty shitty murder weapon for sneaking up on somebody.
Well, I mean, how many times, I guess this is Arena talking again, how many times have you stabbed somebody and needed the blade to go all the way through up to the hilt in order to kill somebody?
I don't know. I haven't done that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm also a
Yeah.
gun kind of guy.
Just a simple puncture can end somebody's life.
I
You
wouldn't
seem
know.
very knowledgeable about killing people.
I'm very knowledgeable
How-
in general. I work at the library.
You
I'm
don't.
trying to. Arena, right? That's her name.
Arena, yeah.
Arena. I have a question, Arena. She's the one in the blue.
Yes.
Okay. Now I know you didn't bring any weapons with you, but you did say you cut your hand on a knife.
Yes, it was an
Where did
accident
you-
at dinner.
So that does mean that anyone had access to a knife this evening, and really any of us could have had a weapon.
Well, that's not entirely true. All of our knives are accounted for in the kitchen, and also they're much smaller than the wounds that you're describing, says Victoro. They're like steak knives. They're only about maybe an inch in width at the deepest.
So
They were wide wounds.
smaller than a rapier, thinner than a rapier.
Well, yeah, the steak knives are probably thinner than a rapier, yeah.
But only barely.
No. Rapier is not an epee, right? That's not what you're thinking, right?
No,
An
a
epee
Rapier
is
must
like
have
the
pierced.
one
It's
that's
a
a,
rapier is like almost like a fencing sword, isn't it?
it is a type of fencing sword. It has
Yeah.
width. It's
Right,
can
too.
be used for slashing or stabbing is the general purpose of it, but only the point is actually like very sharp. An epee is the needle-like one that you think of when you see a fencer in your head, probably.
Yeah, on guard.
I mean, a rapier looks exactly like I thought it did. I just looked it up. It's very thin.
Eh.
And long.
Yeah.
Which
Which
doesn't
means that
make
when you
sense to
stab
stab
somebody,
somebody
it
3 times.
drags it in all the way to the hilt and it has to go through.
right. That's what. Yeah.
That's how blades work. Is what she's getting at.
Well. Well. Are the knives still accounted for?
I checked them as soon as I came back downstairs. They are still accounted for, says Victoro.
Can we inspect these knives, by any chance?
Be my guest, but we don't have all night.
Okay. I think we literally do have all night.
No, I don't.
You have about
We have-
4
You have till
hours
6
until
a.m.
you die.
That's the
what
rest of the night.
He means the rest of the night, and then dawn comes, and then we
All
die.
right.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to check see if there's any blood on any of the knives, because she cut her hand. So there should be blood on one of these knives.
I mean,
There's also
have
blood
they
on
been
the bedroom.
washed?
If that's the case, you could probably go to the dining room, and it would probably narrow it down a lot more, as opposed to all the knives in the house.
We don't have a way to like do forensics, do we?
Not really, no. There is no detect DNA spell.
No, just to see if there's just literally like dried blood on the knife.
Sure.
On a knife, to see if she's telling the truth about having cut herself on one.
I can have you make an investigation check, if you'd like to do that.
Do it.
Okay, 13. You go over to where Orina was sitting and check the nearby knives as well. It looks like they're all pretty clean. In fact, hers looks quite clean. It looks like she barely touched it.
A little too clean.
Well,
You said you barely touched it. Or it looks like you barely touched it, yet you clearly used it if you were eating
I'm
dinner
telling
with
you,
it or
I was
cut
just
yourself.
out at the bar. Rick can account for that. Can't you? I did see her there. So I don't know what to think about that.
I think
I'm
it's
just-
more important to figure out why we found your blood,
never mind.
Arena, on the writing desk.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to insight, but I didn't do so great.
there.
You found my what?
Your blood.
How do you know
On the
that it's
writing desk.
mine? There's no
I can.
insight or forensics or anything.
I point to Oso. He's
Yeah,
got a good nose when he's in an animal form.
He sure does.
He is a nose.
I sure does.
Okay, but Oso is a nose.
He is nose.
Groucho Marx nose and mustache.
Yes, I knows.
In fact, I can confirm that the mud on your boots is the same mud that was outside.
Can you?
Yes.
That's
I mean, did-
Arabelle.
is it in the notes?
Yeah, it's
Oh shit.
er-
That's who I was
Yeah.
talking to.
okay.
Turns to Arabelle. Yeah, you.
So after hearing that her blood was found, she kind of like glances around nervously and says, "Well, look, I was at the bar. I don't know what you want from me."
We want the truth.
Make an
Why-
intimidation check.
An
You can't
intimidation
handle the
check.
truth.
You can't handle the truth. First off, you were declined tonight to come to this party, and you made your way here otherwise. Well, hold on.
What's up?
It just said no characters found. No character found. No
Boy.
character found.
Oh, weird. Oh yeah, you need to have your button
Oh, I
pressed
know.
probably. If you had the one of these little like
Yep.
icons targeted, the macro will look there instead of your character sheet.
Gotcha.
So she's not particularly intimidated by this, but the collective peer pressure here is kind of getting to her, and she says, "Well, I kind of invited Malados just so that I could get into the party." Wait, what? I wanted to get in here because of other reasons.
She was using you, bucko. Get over it.
Well, there's a reason that I smoke.
Yes, and you should quit. We'll talk about that later. It's bad for your lungs.
Might I add that if you had other motives of being at this party, whatever that might be, if you don't tell the truth and we end up picking you as the person and you're not the killer, you ain't walking away with it, whatever you took.
I understand that. Fine.
Hey,
I was recovering a library book. My divination magic told me that it was somewhere in the
Sure.
Castellanter's villa, so I made sure to get inside. And the gala seemed like the best way to do that. Since they weren't letting anybody upstairs, I turned invisible. I went upstairs, and I looked around in the library and their bedroom and tried to find the book that I was looking for. So,
Strict library policies, apparently.
well, I'm sorry, but that's
Return the books or we will find you.
what I can say that I was doing. But what's this about
All the
matching my
while
heels?
bleeding? Were you bleeding when you found the book?
Listen, I've handled a lot of books. I get paper cuts very easily.
So much
You
that you
should
would
probably
drip.
get some lotion.
I'm trying to establish a timeline here. Did you cut yourself before or after you got the book?
I went upstairs right after the opening ceremony. I knew that everybody would be there for that, so I decided that would be my time to go root around the library. Eventually, I moved across the hall and went into the bedroom.
But that was before dinner time. Why were you bleeding then?
I wasn't bleeding, I had wrapped up my hand, and she, opens up her hand and you can see that there's a cut on it.
Is it a big cut or like a little cut?
It's a little cut.
That doesn't seem like it would produce that much blood.
Well, maybe the DM just tried to make it a little more obvious.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Thanks, DM!
My question is, why were you bleeding how did you cut yourself if we hadn't even been near the knives?
Also, there's a letter opener in the desk.
Yes, well,
Don't tell her that.
I told you that I cut myself on the paper. I didn't know that
Right.
there was a letter opener in there. And if there is, I don't think a letter opener would be the right size for a murder weapon.
No, I meant
Nobody
for you to
said that
cut your
that's-
hand on.
Could have
I'm gonna
been.
insight. I'm gonna insight check this bitch.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
It seems like she's telling pretty much the truth here.
Wow.
What the fuck? Wow.
The DM is just getting a little frazzled.
You're like, I don't know. Did she do it?
I'm poring over my notes back and forth.
Okay.
So take any tenacity in these voices with a grain of salt.
I'm trying to stick to the points that we have from our investigations. But she does bring up something new, that she had gone up there while invisible. Did you see anybody while you were up there?
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
I didn't see a soul. I did see Oliver. I guess that's a lie. I did see Oliver. I turned invisible and I think he might have seen me at some point. But after that I was sure to re-up my invisibility before crossing the hall.
You saw him coming up the stairs, I assume? Or approaching in some way, because you were up
He was
there
on the
prior?
balustrade. I think he was engrossed with a talk with somebody. The little one over there.
Alright, well we can confirm that, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I was in the library for most of that time. There was a lot to look through.
So that explains the.
So you're
blood.
saying you broke into my library and then broke into my master bedroom and stole something of mine? Well, it wasn't yours to begin with. It was the library's. It belongs to the Font of Knowledge, and you stole it. It was overdue. That book is very expensive.
Well, at least one crime's been solved today.
That's
Good.
fair.
Good work, everybody.
Can you produce the book as proof?
Yes, I can produce the book. And she pulls out a little book and shows you guys. It's different than her spell book.
Okay.
She does have
Is it-
that on her, but she had this one in another bag, which appears to be a bag of holding.
Alistair? What do you
Yeah.
think about this book? Does it look to be the one that was maybe missing from upstairs?
How would-
What? Yes,
how would
because
we
I
know?
knew every single book that was in that library before we got there.
But you knew what was up there. I'm just saying, like, the one that was missing, was it, like, in the right area?
How did I know if it was missing?
Yeah.
It was
if I
missing
didn't
before
even
we
know
went
if it
up
was
there. We have no
Like a
idea.
similar book.
We
Like,
only
You're
had-
looking pretty suspicious, so I don't
like
know.
a magic
We-
book.
We
So,
only had the assumptions that it was a magical book that might, or something magical that might have been taken, because the area that was ruffled through was of magical stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
Right.
And
so
if there
was,
was
it
an-
an arcane
If there
book,
was an
not like
empty
some fucking-
space, it's not like it belonged there in the first place. That would be like saying, hey, this shelf on your, or this place on the shelf had a library book on it that you didn't bring back yet. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't know what I'm trying to say exactly, but like,
I mean, is it not a normal book?
it
Does it
looks
look
like
like
a book.
Oh, it is. Is it a
It's most
normal? I thought it was
definitely
the
a
spell
book.
No, it's a magic book.
It is a magical book.
Yeah, is it magical? That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
that's
Does
the
it look
question
like it
you
would've
lead
been up-
with.
That's what I also talks funny.
We don't listen like
Does
funny.
it look like it would have been up there?
Not does it look like the one that was missing. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, now that we've established that we're asking if the book is magical, someone can cast Detect Magic.
I can, yeah. I can ritual cast that.
Yep. Newt can also cast it at will if she wants.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take 10 minutes.
Really
Um,
then.
Newt opens up her eyes to the otherworldly and sees that there is magic emanating from it. It does definitely appear to be a magical book. That's why it's so rare.
Well, there was like 4 other ones up there, so maybe not that rare. Anyway,
Yes, well, that's why it's expensive, and it's rare, and we needed it back. Anyway,
Why aren't you wearing shoes?
I am wearing shoes.
He's talking to Maggie now.
You should move the cursor onto the person so that way it helps, please.
I'm trying to be in character.
Just move your cursor and be in character, that's all.
Well, because I'm a tabaxi. I don't need shoes.
I stare at Alistair and his feet. Is he wearing shoes?
Yes, I'm wearing shoes.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm just looking at it.
Well, I don't know the answer to his question, so he can
I
answer
mean-
for himself.
All
I
right.
suppose we wouldn't need shoes. I mean, I always wear them, but I could understand not wearing them, I suppose.
Did Alistair? Did you guys buy outfits together?
No, mine is separate, I believe.
Or didn't you get her an outfit at that place? Or am I thinking of?
I didn't
I'm thinking of Newt.
No.
know.
I didn't
She-
buy her an
Well,
outfit.
you guys had.
She
we
did
bought
her own
outfits
thing.
together, but I didn't buy her an outfit.
Are you talking about Arabelle because she both is not wearing shoes and bought or got her outfit did with Newt at the same time?
Mhm.
Oh wait, she isn't wearing shoes as well.
No, she
No,
took her
she's
Yeah,
not
shoes
wearing
off
took
shoes.
her
before
shoes
going in.
off.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
The notes, please. Just look through the notes.
There's
They're
a lot of
organized.
notes.
They're organized by room,
Well,
by
listen,
person.
you can also just ask me if you're confused about something.
Okay. I didn't think I was, and that's why I didn't ask.
Okay. Well, yeah, Maggie just says that she's not wearing shoes because she never wears shoes. Then you turn to Arabelle and ask her why she's not wearing shoes, and she's like, well, I knew we were dancing tonight,
Yes,
so I
sir.
took my heels off and put them in the closet.
Okay.
Is not wearing shoes in the notes. I'm just saying, I do notes for a reason.
I
If we
get it. I
don't
just
use
I'm
the
not gonna
notes,
recall
not gonna
every
do
single
'em.
note.
We're too cool for notes.
Just gonna search up the person.
It's not the one thing that is in the notes
Well, if you
that
didn't
has
know
been
the
asked
person-
right now.
If you didn't know the person, it wouldn't have worked. Anyway, let's get that under the bush. Also, you
The
do
bush.
recall that the smell outside matched Arabelle.
Right.
And Orina even brings that up again. She said, didn't you say that you recognized her smell from outside in footprints? Does that not tell us something?
Right. That's why I was asking about the feet.
Well, I told you, I took my shoes off. And there's no mud on my feet.
Where are your shoes now?
Probably still in the closet.
What closet?
She
Check
tossed
the
her shoes in
closet?
the closet like as soon as she arrived.
We
Oh.
can check
Maybe
the
she-
shoes.
Put them back on to go outside. Let's check the shoes.
Well,
Follow Kumo.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna close this window because apparently the dog is
Bork,
borking up a
bork.
storm tonight.
Bork, bork, bork.
We need a butler to get the shoes.
Yes.
The butler is not here.
Because he's the murderer.
Conspicuous.
He's
Uh,
the butler.
you guys follow Arabella. She takes you to the closet, and she opens it up and she gestures at her shoes. See? They're right there where I left them. And you can see her pink shoes just sitting there flawless. There is,
Nice.
however, a distinctly muddy pair of shoes next to it. Also stiletto heels, colored green.
Can we recognize these shoes? Does anybody?
I think
know
those are
whose shoes they are.
Rickadoors.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
because Rickazoid wears heels.
He does
Yeah,
have
You may might
ironclad
need to.
calves.
He does wear heels, doesn't he? It wasn't a thing that he was wearing heels.
Thanks. Oh.
Oh, he was wearing heelys.
I'm gonna have you guys make an investigation. I'm gonna have you guys make an investigation check.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm good at those.
And apparently not.
We also have Lady Castellanter prove that
Yeah.
she is wearing shoes right now.
Yeah, she shows that she's wearing shoes.
All right, that's fair.
Why is she always sitting?
Exactly. That's why.
And never talking. because the DM has a guy's voice and he kind of defaults to that because he's also the one standing.
They are one unit.
Alistair, as
he's got that
one big
gunshot of an
floofy
axe.
unit, Alistair, you investigate these high heels, and you don't really recognize them, but then a sort of lateral thinking thought crosses your head, and you recall that Brazier actually clicked a lot when he walked. And
Brazier.
nobody else here is missing shoes.
Brazier! I knew it was him.
Well, here's the problem.
Brazier?
Why
Balkuma
did you
has
wait?
told us that Brazier wasn't here at all tonight.
He wasn't.
Yes,
he
wasn't
wasn't
it-
here after all. Quote
Right.
unquote.
Yeah, and we found his clothes in the laundry chute.
Yes.
So we
I
know somebody
believe
was
we-
impersonating him.
Right.
Determined, yes, but somebody was impersonating him. Those were the
That's
shoes.
right.
Oh god.
He's
Uh-oh.
not here!
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Thank you,
God, it's-
Balakuma.
yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. He's not here. And that's an irrefutable
Yeah.
fact.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Captain Obvious, thank you.
Did someone do detect magic, by the way?
I did.
On the
She did,
yeah, on the
Alright.
book.
That reveals things within
Here's
a
what
30
we
foot.
have to do.
Is there magic revealed anywhere else?
As you look around, there isn't really any magic revealed
Okay.
anywhere else other than stuff on your persons.
We're gonna go around one by one. Everybody's gonna try to put on these damn heels.
We're
Oh
gonna
my God,
Cinderella
Cinderella.
Listen, I don't think that anybody's here, but we've brought up Thrazir again. I know that you guys think that I'm needing to have that I have something to do with this mess, but can we at least try and figure out what happened to Thrazir, whether or not that was Thrazir? Was he murdered? Was he the murderer?
Oh, he was not murdered, trust me.
We found some of the clothing that he was wearing, or she or they, might I state that. If by chance there was a doppelganger, that might be, that might sort of mean that someone here could have shifted into a different form.
A doppelganger? Among us? Impossible. I wouldn't let somebody like that in my party. Is there any way that we can tell?
I honestly
Yes.
don't.
Is there? I'm not sure.
Yes!
How?
Please
I
explain.
cast Moonbeam on everybody.
You do
What?
have that spell.
That deals damage.
It does deal damage, but it also reveals if somebody is a
It reveals-
shapeshifter, they'll
it
go back
reveals
into their true
shapeshifters.
form.
Oh. Do it. I clenched my kumquat fists, ready for damage.
Ready for damage.
Oh god.
I mean, these people are
Ready,
gonna-
alright.
I think it's 2d10 damage. Thankfully, you guys have a cleric with you.
This might hurt a little bit, but I promise we'll take care of it.
And it
Cast
might
it
take
over there.
about 10 minutes for me to heal everybody. This is my best spell, but
Oh, God.
I'm doing
Is this really
non-lethal
necessary? Do we need to test
Yes.
everybody?
Too late. I've
Damage
already done
yet.
it. I've already done it.
Where is it? Didn't pop.
yeah, you gotta do the thing.
I don't have a thing to do. I guess. Oh, I guess we can.
No.
I mean, there's a moonbeam thing, but
Yeah,
I
we
don't
Do an
can-
think it's
Eldritch
gonna.
Blast.
It's like
We
a
can
You're
ball.
gonna do
do-
an aura? Yeah.
Blast.
Do an Eldritch Blast across the
Don't
screen.
Eldritch blast him.
Okay.
No, I mean Oso has to roll for it, so we know how much damage everyone's taking.
That's not going to be necessary.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll just say that maybe you guys can stick a extremity in to figure out if
Yeah, it's
you're...
like cast in the middle of this ring, and we can all put a hand in.
All right,
and it sizzles, and everybody loses 1 hit point.
all right. Who's first? You guys can choose.
Beep goes in first.
All right, BB goes in first. It singes your skin a bit, but it doesn't have any other effect.
Still a
I go
dragonborn.
next.
Roma.
Alright, I'm going cannonball in.
Newt dies in a moonbeam.
Roll,
Whee!
roll for damage.
You don't have a hangover, so.
Yeah, Newt jumps through and kind of stumbles on the ground and skids along the ballroom floor, but is otherwise fine.
Raises 2 little thumbs up with their little kumquat fists from the ground.
Those
I'm
little
okay.
My little cheese puffs.
All right, who's next? Oh, so
I'll
you
go.
can obviously be in if you wanted to. Montana
Yeah.
goes, proving that they're not.
I put my tail in as to not ruin my outfit.
You
Oh, yeah,
put
what
your
happens to
tail
Alistair?
in, and
Ooh.
it disappears.
Ah!
You
I
see?
hate
Does
to
it come
say
back and
Alistair-
takes it out?
You see,
I, hate
I
to say
told
it,
you.
Alistair, but you're gonna have to jump in, and then Maggie, I'm gonna need you to corroborate
He
what
could've- he could've
you told
used-
Maggie, right?
He could have used his rapier. He could have killed them. He's a shapeshifter. Maybe he's not
know.
even Alistair.
Well, we know he's not.
How
I
do you
not
know
me.
that? Get the rest of him in
Because I-
there. And Rickazoid tries to shove you in the moonbeam.
Can I not?
Yeah, you can.
Can there be the opposite, the
Resist?
resistance check?
Yeah, I mean, make an athletics check. It's gonna be pretty easy.
I do.
He's quite
I
small.
do want to see.
Can I just move to the left a little bit? And...
I'll give him -2. Oh, it's a GM roll. Either way, I'll tell you. Yeah, you got a 5.
Alright.
So yeah, he does not shove you in. He tries to shove you in, but
Alright.
you kind of budge a little, and yeah. How are we
Ben,
gonna
can I
prove
put
that he's
him
not
in?
a shapeshifter? Yeah. As he's accusing you,
Yeah.
you just take him and put him inside the moonbeam, and he gets seared on his goblin skin. He goes, "Get me out of here!"
Alright, he's innocent.
Oh my god.
What the
Whoa.
that?
That was Alistair yelling, I guess.
There's a
Oh,
demon.
it
That was
sounded like
Sheena
a
dying on the
dog
mic again.
barking.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Was it?
No, I don't know, but that's kind of what it sounded like.
I thought that was
It
Shane.
was scary.
Anyway,
One day.
Alright, he's innocent.
yeah, he gets pulled out. His hair is singed. His suit has been mucked up. And at this point, even Arena is I would like to see Alistair get in there. He's having an unusual reaction to your spell that supposedly reveals shapeshifters.
Alright. So,
He's the only one
heal
here
you.
with a weapon. He is a shapeshifter. We can't rule out that he's a suspect.
alright, fine.
I'll
Hold
heal
on.
you when you're out of there.
Alright, hold on. We need to let me undress first because I'm not getting these ruined. I spent good money on it.
Wow.
You get changed.
I undrobe,
You
undress a
undrobe.
little bit.
Undrobe.
Drobe,
Good.
yeah.
Disrobe, got it.
That's the word. Yep,
Undrobe.
that one. And then I just step right in.
Right. You step into the moonbeam, and your true form is revealed. That of a dashing man with black mustache and wavy black hair, and
Huh.
human.
What?
Elvin?
Hi, elf. Oh, yeah.
Oh, high elf. High elf. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alistair,
remembered.
since when?
I told you this already. My God.
Yeah,
Oh no,
always.
he's hot.
That's the
You're
running
damn
joke.
right he is.
It's a running joke that I've never didn't believe he was a cat. Didn't believe he was not a cat. Oh no, he's
Oh no, he's hot.
Well, how is this your true form?
Beats me
Who is
I was
who is
pranked.
asking him that,
years ago.
by the way?
Arena.
Didn't Arena establish that she was like trying to help him?
Yeah,
Yes,
she
we
did.
went
She's still
over this.
asking him. You think that she's trying to test him,
Oh, trying to see if you are the
the real
makes
Alistair.
And
Tell
I
her
explained the
something
story I
only the
told
real
her.
Alistair
Yeah.
would know.
You explain the story, and she nods and says, "I can corroborate him." What? Really? Yes. He actually came to see me a few days ago with the same story. If it wasn't him, he would have told a different story. And honestly, if this is his true form, I don't think there's any others. There aren't any other magical effects on him right now other than the curse that's currently afflicting him.
It's not a curse to be a tabaxi. Just putting that out there.
Maggie kind of smiles
It's
to
more of
herself and just giggles a bit.
I
Um,
agree, whatever this is. I don't like it as much.
Well,
Kind
it's
of
been
Uggo.
fun.
Oh my god, is that him?
the one that we
Ellie,
used for the other campaign.
Nice.
Post
No,
a
in
picture
the
of him.
Discord.
Yeah, it was the one from the other Roll20.
Yeah.
Oh wow, is that really what Alistair looks like?
I think it was something close.
Looks like an Alistair.
Which
He sure does.
Oh, whoops. I thought I was
Oh,
copying and
is
Is that
pasting
what
it.
Alistair looks like?
Oh, no.
It's just the murder scene. That's what he's about to.
which chat?
Oh, it is Alistair.
Scream memes.
It reveals his true form, and it is literally a scene of the murder.
My true
Murder!
yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
Well, it's
trying
been
to
fun,
get it
old
into
chap.
level
I
20.
think I think that
oh
was
no,
probably
he's
the
hot.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
The
yank him out of the
bombshell of
moonlight
this.
because I don't like seeing him this way.
Yep, it's been fun, but
Also, I saw your elf dick, dude. That was weird.
I know it's big, right?
Did you disrobe all the way down?
No, I probably had my skibbies on.
Miss
Oh.
Right,
Skibby.
that's what I thought.
Skibbies.
I didn't see his elf dick.
He's a human.
Darn it.
I saw your
Well, you
elf bowl. I saw your elf bowl,
Oh.
and it was really uncomfortable.
I saw your elf bulge.
I saw your Legolas.
Your Lego lass.
You'll have plenty of
There
more
he
folk.
is.
Hell yes.
Huh.
Get a handsome boy.
Wanted to
Yes.
at least get the narrative set in everybody's heads. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. You turn into you briefly, knowing that it's going to leave just as soon as it returns to you. Your form fades as you step out of the moonbeam and you revert into your cat form.
You can
I-
challenge this Pictoro in looks. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
Victoro and his weird grumpy
Oh.
cat face.
It's weird.
Yeah, but can you challenge that fucking badonkadonk she's got going on?
No, I got nothing on that.
He does have a dump truck butt.
Yeah.
There, I fixed your wife.
Fixed your wife.
All right. Oh, she's
Alright.
mad. All right.
Why did you roll an athletics check?
That was against.
Probably on accident.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
that
to
was-
jump
that was-
out of the moonbeam.
No, that was against Rick.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay.
oh, that was a while
I don't
ago.
know why.
I wanted to do it.
Anyway,
at my own
the
volition.
original purpose of my who's first is who do you want to put the moonbeam on? You can move it around.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
let's put it
okay.
over her face. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's put it on. Yeah,
Well,
let's-
Is there anybody
Scar her.
who is trying to not be in the moonbeam?
Well, that guy asked if it was really necessary.
You put it on him first. It sears his skin, but he is unchanged. As is his wife, who tries to just put her hand in.
Okay. And nothing changes. Is she wearing gloves or anything?
No. She
Okay,
if
alright.
she was, she took it off for the purpose of it. You put it over Maggie. Got to scroll. And there is no change. Put it over Skullbreaker, and they are still a plant.
Zinga.
Oh,
Um,
no, good.
Matt's
Oh
serious
god,
about
I'm
that.
so
Hoping
worried.
for a big reveal.
You put it over Arabelle. There is no change. Whoop, that thing moved with it. Put it over Arena to clear her innocence. Nothing changes. As with Felrax.
I don't like that you're doing Malados last.
Yeah, I don't.
And then it's Malados's turn, and he kind of recoils a bit, and you guys notice this happening, and it's kind of like, what's the matter, Malados?
Hey,
He sees everybody kind of like looking at him, and he's just like, "Ugh, God, fine. And
I knew it.
he goes into the moonbeam,
His
and
dick.
he transforms into a human.
He's just
Ah,
he's just a nerd. He's just been a nerd this whole time. He's trying to be edgy.
Are
So
you
he looks like a
cosplaying right now?
tiefling.
you cosplay.
I want to see what he looks like.
I actually don't have an alternative image for him.
Is he ugly?
Yeah.
But I can describe that he looks sort of like he did. He's got like similar hair. He's the same height and stuff. He just doesn't have horns. His skin didn't turn like an unnatural shade of like purple. His claws and his tail like recede into his body. He is just a regular old human with a bit of neck beard, scruff.
No.
He's got a bit of shadow under his eyes. He's kind of pasty, but it looks like he's
I'm imagining L from Death Note.
yeah.
Yeah, kind
All
of.
right, he looks like L from Death Note. Besides the pose.
What kind of check would I have to do to try to figure out if I've seen this guy earlier tonight?
I'm gonna say insight check. Insight check is my general memory check. You don't recall seeing this guy anywhere. He just kind of holds his hands up and goes, "You happy now?"
Kind
Yes.
of.
Well, can you care to elaborate on why you're a human?
Because I would never have fucked you if I had known.
He just kind of like shrugs to himself and he's like, "Look, I don't know what you want from me. I turned this
The truth.
way like on my 13th birthday, and I have been like ever since."
Oh.
Did
So-
the witch kiss you?
So similar to Alistair, that like you're, not to say that being a tiefling is a curse, but you were cursed to look different from yourself.
I think you just might be a tiefling.
Yeah, well, it's a new development, and I just, I wanted to. I didn't want to tell anybody.
Can I do a history check to see if this is a common thing with tieflings? Or something?
Sure.
You said this is a new development? How old are you? You said it happened when you were 13? How old are you? Like 14?
Did I say 13?
maybe?
I meant
13 and change, yeah.
I meant 18th.
Oh, okay.
Is being really into My Chemical Romance also a new development, or what's going on?
BB,
Yeah, how...
your history check kind of tells that it's hard to say as far as weird magical events go,
Mm.
but most tieflings are just generally born that way. At least in this world.
Okay.
So this is a bit of an unusual development. I'm also gonna have you guys make insight checks.
I'm doing well.
Uh,
It's about time I rolled okay.
Well-
Jeez.
Don't forget to put the moonbeam on the plant.
You
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh, okay.
It didn't
okay,
change.
okay.
All right. Montana, from your insight check, you notice
know
something familiar about his face, and you didn't see it like on anybody else around the party, but there are features of it that seem kind of similar. And as you look towards Victoro, he's actually a little nervous right now for some reason.
Oh.
Is Victoria the serpent guy?
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy.
Victoro.
Okay.
Castellanter.
I mean, with that insight, I'm gonna just straight up ask Victoro, like, hey Victoro, you look
What's up,
like
my
you
dude?
maybe know this kid. Tell us about this kid.
I flick the moonlight over like a spotlight.
Nice.
And everybody shifts towards.
He looks kind of taken aback and a little shaken, but he's trying to maintain his composure. Make an intimidation check.
I got you back, buddy.
Can I assist with my movement thing?
Sure.
With the moonlight thing?
Either way, 16 would
Yeah.
end up being it.
It's better than a nat 1.
From the
All right, just
increasing
double check it.
pressure, Victoro finally caves in, and he says, yes, I know him. He's my son.
Whoa.
I'm willing to bet that he's not the dead son, and that he might not be Mrs. Castellanter's son.
We didn't want to, and like they're looking at each other as they say this, we didn't want the other families to start getting an idea of sorts. He was old enough, so we let him out into the world, and we gave him an adequate allowance, and I'm living in the dock district, Dad. You kicked me out, and you cut me off, alright? All because I look different than you now? You wanted me to keep it secret, and now you're just blurting it out just because your life's on the line? Is that what
Wait,
it
so
takes
this
to care
is
about
the
me?
dead kid? The supposedly dead kid?
Yeah,
Yes.
the room that the owner of the room that was
Okay.
murdered.
See, I thought that this kid was like maybe like born out of wedlock, like a love
Bastard.
child of Victoro's.
Well, he is my son, and the change happened a few months ago, and we haven't touched his room since. That much is true. Don't know how much we miss you, boy. We think about you all the time, and you're always invited to these gatherings. You know that. Yeah, but I don't come just because I want to be with you. I come to remind you the fact that you kicked me out.
You did say that she went with Malados because Malados had a ticket.
Mm-hmm. And this is
It
why.
wasn't Clyde.
Regardless, I don't think that he's the murderer. He was out smoking at the presumed times that stuff happened, right? So he can't be the murderer.
Well, he's definitely not a shapeshifter. Because he's human.
No. But
At
what
least
I
to
find
my
a
knowledge.
little interesting now is that Malados knows a bit more about this house than anybody else. So any questions that we have about the house,
Before you
we
go
could
on
ask
to that
Malados too.
idea, before you go into that idea, their son is alive. I'm saying this in front of all of them. Victoro has stated that his son was dead. And the only other person around here that might even have a semblance of body type to match him would be Oliver.
That's right.
Lady and Sir Castellanter, where were you tonight throughout the entire party? Can anybody confirm of your whereabouts?
That
Virtually-
isn't your servant.
Virtually everybody can confirm our whereabouts. We've been entertaining our guests all night. Both of us. They
At
nod.
the same time?
Wait.
Yes. Can't you see I'm glued to this chair?
Can I do an insight check to see if they've been together the whole time? Like if they've been a pair throughout the night?
Uh,
Or if
they
I've only seen
generally
one of them at a
have.
time?
And a quick interview of most of the servants does corroborate that they've never gone upstairs. And also
I don't trust the servants, but okay.
the servant that let the other people upstairs said that they did not go upstairs either.
Okay.
They've been pretty much the hosts of this party. People would have noticed if they were missing for an extended period.
Fair. I need to put the beam on Montana, by the way.
Okay.
Just to check.
You did already.
Yeah, I stuck my hand in it.
Everybody has been in
Okay.
it at this point.
Where's the servant?
Yeah, you check the servant. He's fine. He needs to be
Oh,
revived. He is not very strong.
He died.
He was also cast through a door earlier.
I'll take it.
He's struggling.
Well, does anybody else have any leads? Montana, you said you talked to the body. Is that true?
Sure
this is
is.
Arena talking now.
Sure is. Who else was there with me? I don't know if
We
that
all were.
exists.
Pretty
We all
much
were.
the party was, and
Pretty
Arena
much
was
the
like in the
party.
background. By
the
party, I mean the
PCs.
PCs.
Yeah. And
Arena
Arena was kind of there too.
and the Castlanters were in the background. They were letting you investigate, so she didn't get to talk to Oliver.
No, but she might have been able to hear some of the conversation being in proximity, so she can kind of corroborate.
Yeah. And then
But
as soon
yeah.
as she says this, everybody kind of like quiets down. It's like, you talked to Oliver?
Well, yeah,
couldn't he have
I'm a
seen the
cleric.
murderer? Wouldn't you have just been able to ask him that?
We did.
Yeah, rules.
Well, what did
Yeah.
he say?
He didn't know who it was. He saw a figure that had horns, and nothing against you, Malados, because you know I'm pretty sure you weren't upstairs tonight, and I don't think your horns are quite large enough for
We also
for
found a
what he saw.
Hey, they're
Horned
pretty
mask.
big. He like kind of rubs them a little.
we also found a horned mask outside, so it really could have been anybody who was
In the
wearing that
bushes where
mask.
she was peeing?
That
Different
seems
bush.
kind of important.
Different bush.
Why
Different
isn't
bush,
this?
yeah.
Why is this being brought up
Oh.
just now?
Well, I thought you were there.
I was not there when
Look.
you spoke to the body of the victim.
We're
Oh,
trying to
that
get as
part.
much of this information out as possible, but there's a lot of tangents and people, again, pointing fingers before we were able to go over everything.
Hey, read the notes, Felrax, idiot.
I am not privy to your notes.
In Discord, dummy.
I raised the basket and I'm like, we've collected quite a bit of different evidence or things that might have been maybe a part of the situation that could lead to the killer.
BB thinks the basket is also evidence.
Look, you. It looked weird. It was full of stuff. It's
Is it-
too fancy.
Is it not?
There are many baskets, the likes which people would consider unnatural.
Well, a tisket, a tasket, all the evidence is in a basket. And I pull out the mask and I'll toss it over to Felrax.
All right. You toss it over to Felrax, and he kind of looks it over. It's like a white porcelain mask. It's got like little red like embellishments along the edges and patterns on the face of it. It looks kind of like angry and demonic, or whatever.
I call dibs when this is over.
Suspicious.
Wait.
I asked for the mask back, and the mask back.
The mask.
I was gonna put it on to see if it did anything.
You put it on.
We could maybe detect magic first. Okay.
Nope, too late.
You put it on, and
Wait.
nothing happens. Newt is detecting magic on it and is not revealing anything. Victoro says, "That looks familiar.
Oh.
Oh.
That's normally sitting at the front of my bed. Why? What? You said you found it in the garden?
Yeah, it was in the bushes.
That's odd.
The bushes underneath, Malados's bedroom.
Well,
I
there isn't one in there, just in our bedroom. But only
Was-
one person was seen in my bedroom besides all of you when you decided to search it.
And the mask was definitely not there when we were there. We have it in our notes that the
When's the last time you saw the mask on your bed? Was it earlier today?
I don't recall it being... I wasn't looking for something like that. I was checking other things when I was watching you inspect my room.
Is there anything special about this mask? What does it
Well, no,
represent?
it was just a cute little trinket that we put on the base of our bed. It's like clasped there. It doesn't normally have a string on it. It's not normally used as a mask. It's like a gargoyle.
Shame.
How
Damn shame.
how big or small? And can we see if who would fit?
I mean, it can fit most humans. It doesn't have like a... It's not like a Halloween mask that's like perfectly fit. It's just a like
It's
curved
like a top half,
surface.
right?
It's just
It's like a top half.
No, it's like a full mask.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
like a head. Or a face.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Like a
face.
Jabberwocky mask or something with
Yeah.
horns.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Whose outfit does this match best?
Alistair's.
Oh, here we go.
Alistair. Damn you for
Sounds
being
like
so
Falcon.
coordinated. Arabella?
Arabelle.
Arabelle? That's what I said.
You talked to the pink girl?
Airbud?
Airbud?
Fuck.
Air
Wait.
Bud?
No, not Arabelle. Wait, was Arabelle the one? No, the other one. What's her name?
Orina?
Arena.
Put your cursor.
Yeah, sorry. Arena, you were the only one upstairs in their bedroom, as far as we know. You could have taken this mask from their bedroom and used it.
Well, that wasn't there when I was there. I can assure you of that.
Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, you would say that.
I don't feel very assured.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. It's all that I can tell you.
I believe her, if only because I have a feeling that she did look through that box that was underneath the bed and relocked it afterwards.
I didn't notice any devil mask when I was looking for the library book. But we still haven't figured out. But we did that whole test to see if there was a doppelganger here, and there wasn't anybody here. Where's Thrazir?
Well, according to
don't
Bal
believe-
Kuma, he wasn't here in the first place.
It was ever here.
So I guess at this point we have to consider that the murderer might not even be among us. Like, it could be someone else. And I'll kind of like, I don't know where the basket of evidence is at this point, but
I still have BB's arms.
BB's arm.
can you show them the feather?
You're right.
Pull out the
It could be the basket.
Oh.
It's
It was
right. It's
Oku-san.
the basket the entire time.
You...
And you were the one who had investigated that open window, BB, so you'd probably be the best at explaining what you saw in regards to the open window and the feather.
Small pain.
Also a man of the law.
This
Yeah,
is true.
well, there's chaos reigning amongst this court.
Well,
But
That's the way I like it.
so what are you guys doing?
Oh wait, I'm not here.
I guess the
Showing
biggest
the
question,
group the feather.
biggest question, Orina, is did you see this feather on the ground where the window's open when you were in there?
That feather? That thing? I can't believe it. Some pigeon or something came in as I was searching the room and attacked me.
We asked if you saw anybody!
Yeah, I saw a pigeon. I didn't see anything else.
It's not technically a
Technically,
It's a
a
pigeon
body.
that comes up to your hip, Arena!
person.
What? No, it was just a normal pigeon.
The pigeon, the birds in Hatoful Boyfriend are all like hip height. They're large birds.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is Waterdeep.
This is normal pigeon. Yeah.
Yeah, what is what are you talking about? Montana's nose is bleeding.
Montana's nose is bleeding.
Did anyone else see a bird amongst this night?
No, nobody's seen anything.
Skullbatcher?
Oh, so does Skullbasher say anything?
I'm not Skullbatcher, so I mean I asked it.
Are you
I'm
not
saying
talking
what
with
I'm
Flint?
saying what Skullbasher is saying.
Which
Okay,
is
good.
nothing.
Which is nothing.
I thought
likely
Oso was
story.
talking with plants, so could maybe tell us what.
Newt starts strangling the the plant.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start shaking it back and forth. Tell me where you were the night of the gala.
Where were you the night of the murder?
Were you the night of tonight?
Between the hours of now and then.
Now and
Where's
back
the-
then.
Unlikely story.
Start
Who
punching
has
the
the
leaves.
trigger?
Yeah, Skullbreaker does not say anything.
Skullbreaker
Okay,
picks
Arena,
me up
well-
I
and
tried the mask on Skullbreaker just to check.
After the pigeon attacked you, do you know what happened to the pigeon? Do you know where it went?
Just
Like, did it
flew
leave
out
the room or
window.
did it fly back outside? It flew back
I
outside.
was able to whack it and it left of its own accord.
Did it say anything to you?
No, pigeons don't talk.
Are you sure?
I beg to differ.
Okazan doesn't speak. He only coos.
Where were you when the pigeon attacked you? What were you doing?
I was in the bedroom, I told you, looking at the library book.
Right, but where in the bedroom? Their bedroom is like the size of my house times 2.
I was in the middle of it, maybe near the writing desk.
Oh,
Which
how
is where
big
we
is your
found
house?
the feather, so
Mm.
that checks out.
So,
Is the pigeon important?
Not
Where-
anymore.
To
were you
Osa.
scratched by the pigeon?
I look wistfully out the window and say, "It was once."
You guys hear a knock at the door.
What the fuck?
Oh, damn.
Servant.
There's here. Better be.
That's better be refreshments. I'm starving.
You guys like look over at the door. The servant doesn't come in. And you
Is that all of
guys hear Balkuma like speak up, and he's like, "Who the fuck is knocking?
Uh-oh.
Nobody should be here right now.
Uh-oh.
Nobody.
thought you
How did
forced
somebody
this place
else
off.
get in here?" And the door
You-
kind of opens, and somebody says, hello? Is this where everybody is?"
Is this thing on?
I mean, I'm
Brazier
here.
steps into the room.
Toss him in the moonbeam.
Oso recasts the moonbeam, which has like disappeared at this point, and it just zooms
Okay.
over to him. He just immediately gets like singed, and then he quickly like waves his scepter and like bashes the spell away. There is no need for that, please. What is going on here? How the fuck did you get in here? I couldn't get in, so I teleported. But it's warded against teleportation. This entire place is. Nobody's allowed to leave until the trial's done. Yes, well, people are apparently allowed to enter with teleportation, so jot that down. I'll
There's
be
here, all
right
things
back.
Are possible, so.
I need to fix something. Everybody, keep trialing. He disappears.
Did the moonbeam actually successfully?
Yeah, it didn't
Okay.
do anything to him.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Brazier.
I'm going to
Tell
just take a seat over here. Right next
Where'd
to...
you? You're off my screen. Oh my
Hold
god.
on.
Brazier. A face.
Skullbasher was sitting there. Thank you.
He moves the plant around, and moves it aside.
Skullbasher's not that big. They can share a seat.
What's going on here? What are we doing tonight? This looks fun. Why is the symbol of ball surrounding all these little things over here?
It's complicated.
I fast forward, fill him in on what's happened so far.
Wait. We could have asked some questions first before that.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
you
true.
can cut her off.
Hold on before you do that.
Shush.
Quiet them lips.
I have questions for Brazier.
Okay.
For me,
Pull out the robe and
you.
go, would you wear this?
Which one would you wear?
I
No.
mean, probably.
Why would I ask him about? You're damn right. He knows what he's talking about. He knows fashion. Anyway, look at this man. Anyway, did you give us tickets to this gala?
I don't even know what this is.
Oh,
How,
God.
We've been
how does
had.
how does Thrazier not know what the gala is?
Exactly, because the person that offered us these tickets in exchange for the information
Well,
we gave
it's
at the
the
meeting was
guild's
not
meet-
Brazier.
It's the Guilds Meet Gala. How would Thrazier not know what the? I mean, maybe he didn't give us the tickets, but
Oh, it's guilds
how-
meet.
how would it?
That explains a lot of things. Okay. So you said something about the trial before you were cut off. Did somebody get murdered? Is that what the ball symbol is about?
I mean, yes,
I
there is a
He's
murder.
the god of murder, so I'm just trying to put two and two together.
Mhm.
Are we trying to figure out who the murderer is?
Mhm.
Well, I don't know what happened, but the fact that I was murdered, do not worry. I am fine. I am right here.
You weren't okay.
You weren't murdered.
Well, yes, I was. I would have had to have been murdered. I received a message that my simulacrum had been destroyed, so I came as soon as I could.
Oh
Are
fuck!
few
you
hours.
serious?
But I seem to
Well-
have made it.
What's a
You're gonna have to
simul-
explain
It-
yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Reveal
run that
the
by us
witch.
one more time, says Arena.
No,
It's
it's
a
a
sad
spell.
Simi,
robot.
what?
Yes,
It's a
yes,
spell.
that's meta. Like, would BB know what that is? Would
That
Oko know what
would
is?
probably be meta, but Thrazir explains. For those of you unfamiliar,
Thank you.
a simulacrum is a copy of oneself. I keep one here in Waterdeep because I move around a lot. I can't stay in one place for all the time. But I keep one in Waterdeep because it's very lucrative here in the City of Splendors. But I make sure that there's a contingency to notify me if something happens. And it seems that something did. The details of the spell, if that's what you're looking for. Well, the details are that it is. So, the way that you make a simulacrum, I guess we'll start with that. You build up a bunch of snow and turn it into a little.
Also passes out.
A snowman. And when you turn it into the snowman, you enchant it, the magic freezes the ice in place. And you've imbued it with your memories and your spells. The spells don't stay, they're one use only, so it's more about being in two places at once than the spells. Spells are a last resort thing.
Well, your simulacrum ended up inviting us to this party because we did some stuff for him down in the Underdark. I guess the question is, can you tell us when
Do you have
your
access?
simulacrum disappeared?
Wait,
Do you have
Uh,
access to the memories of the simulacrum?
Unfortunately, no. I have what it's kept records of in its home base, as it were, at the shop I have here. But if it didn't leave the gala, it wouldn't have had time to report in, as it were. So I'm
Hold
a
on,
bit in the
this-
dark as well.
this simulacrum isn't the one that's in the yawning portal. It was here in Waterdeep.
The Yawning Portal
Yawning
is
Portal's
in Waterdeep. I have
But I'm-
him frequent the Yawning Portal in search of adventurers.
So we've never talked to this through.
I don't know who you people are, but I'm assuming that the other one will fill me in when I get back and read those records.
I don't think your simulacrum's alive anymore, so
No, it isn't. I told you there was a
But I'm
message
okay,
that
I'm
sent it to
asking-
me.
out of character. Would I intuit that we've never talked to this one at all?
You might not, or it might be a bit odd to you, but that is what he's telling you.
Mm.
He says he's never met you guys before.
And I believe it because Balkuma said that Thrazir was never here, which makes sense because
Mhm.
if it was his simulacrum.
Yeah, but I
He,
thought
he was here. He was just never actually here.
it wasn't him. It was a fake.
It wasn't him.
Yeah,
it was
but the
it was
whole
a
time,
fake.
yeah, even the one that sent us down into, like the one I've been trading with and stuff is.
Right.
This
Not
puts
this
a
one.
little bit of a new spin on things, doesn't it?
Sure does.
A
Didn't
little
you
one, yeah.
say that those boots were Thrazir's or his clone?
Yes, and they were made for walking.
They were all muddy and they were like right next to mine.
So I guess now this kind of opens up some new questions. Thrazir, you said your simulacrum was destroyed.
Yes, if it's destroyed, it returns to its normal state of snow.
Of
and
snow,
See, all
melted
Oh my god!
in the water.
It melted.
And the water melted.
I thought the water
Oh.
came from the vase when it fell.
That's what we all thought.
So we
but
thought too.
why is the vase broken? What does the vase have to do with any of this?
Did you guys investigate the vase last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the side of the bed. It was not moved for a while. It had plants in
there's
it that
like a-
were shoved down the laundry room, and
But it was found
So-
shattered next to the body.
Did,
Yeah.
So
did it
wait
have
a minute.
any ornate decorations on it, or
It was just porcelain
Normal
and
vase.
like
yeah, I think
glazed
like the blue glazed porcelain.
Ming vase kind
Yeah.
of thing. I forget what I was gonna have this sap say.
The water melted because
Yeah, Rickazoid is like, hey, so if there's a possibility that was ice or snow or whatever, wouldn't it take a while to melt? I mean, the house is heated, but it's not that hot. Doesn't that mean that it must have been there for some time? If we're to assume that that's where Brazir's body was, where the body was?
Hold on. But before we continue, that makes a good point. Thrazir can. Oh shit! Fuck!
How did the clothes get in the chute?
What if Oliver was the simulacrum after somebody had destroyed Thrazir's simulacrum, and they got rid of the clothes and made it look like Oliver, but Oliver is actually his own killer?
But he turns into snow and disappears, right? So we wouldn't have a body with blood.
Listen, if I've been keeping
It
track
was a
of
suicide.
Thrazir's Thrazir sub 2s,
Just call it Beta, like Thrazi or something.
I'll call him Beta Male. So
Oh, God.
while I was
Okay.
while I was keeping track of the Beta Male Thrazir, he seems to not have too many spells left. I don't think he could have taken on a member of the Griffin Cavalry. If we're talking about Oliver Silmerhelv, was he murdered too? I thought this trial was for my my body. I was trying to assure
No.
you that I was okay.
The
Yeah,
trial
no.
is for Oliver.
Oh dear, that's very bad.
Blame yourself.
Someone
How do you
actually
know
died.
Oliver?
This is upsetting to me a bit.
Oh no! Let me introduce you to the concept of we need to figure out who killed this sucker, because if we don't figure it out, we're all gonna die, and you just walked right into it.
Wait,
Yeah, and frankly
everyone?
speaking, your simulacrum is a suspect now.
And also possibly a victim?
Yeah,
I have a question for you, Thrazzy.
I don't know why the death.
hold on
oh,
to
God.
that question for just a second.
oh no?
Oh God,
Yeah, I
commercial.
fixed the opening, so nobody's teleporting out or in this time. But just so you know, now Thrazir's in on this too. If you get this wrong, you will die with the rest of them. Just need to make sure it's a fair trial, right? That's where everybody agrees with me.
No, but
I
sure.
thought you were talking to Thrazzy.
Yeah.
Very
please.
well. I'll see you later. Have fun with the trial.
Junko's alive? What?
It's Junko again! Thrazir is Junko?
Shit.
Sorry. References. Thrazir says, well, if we're trying to solve this mystery, fill me in on the facts that we have so far. And you guys can, of course, fill him in on the facts and everything that's happened so far. So that now he is officially...
Yeah,
Oh,
Alistair, do you want to ask your question before we
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah.
Or
And, of course, Alistair.
Yes. How easily can your simulacrum be hijacked?
Hijacked. I wouldn't think it would be easy. It has the same powers and resistances and things that I do. So it would have been difficult to let's say do anything to that.
How
did your
would it be
simulacrum carry any
destroyed?
weapons?
Oh, destroying it, that's easy. You just kill it.
Ah,
Yeah, hijacked, I thought you
Also-
meant like dominated or controlled.
or like, hacking it,
Hacking
Also-
it?
putting it in its
notably-
mainframe,
Suggestion.
controlling it.
It's difficult, I will tell you that.
Did your simulacrum have any weapons on it?
It shouldn't have. I can assure you that the simulacrum didn't have any weapons. They didn't even
do you-
have their scepter with them. Wait, you took away
have
his
a-
scepter? You would deprive an old man of his walking stick? You and I
You've done it
both
twice.
know that that's not what that is. Whatever.
Look,
So I
they
didn't
took away
have
a
one.
cane
walking.
from that guy.
Yeah, I know. I want my cane back. Oh wait, I have my cane back, right?
You have it back.
My cane back.
Also, for what it's worth, in our notes from what we
Here's
asked,
with the out.
Oliver doesn't remember seeing anybody except for who we figured is Arena sneaking into the library and that horned silhouette. So
Which we're
if
not
we
sure
can
if it's the
assume that
mask.
those two, which we're not sure who was, whether it's the mask or who, if it was the mask, who was under it,
Right.
but assuming that those are all different people, he didn't see Thurzier Simulacrum.
Right.
Well, that's important information, I would assume. By the way, are any of you like, you, the druid, this isn't yours, is it? And he lifts up his turban, and underneath of it, there is a white pigeon. It flies over onto Rickazoid's head, and starts, like, cooing and pecking on his head. Ow, ow! What the?
I cast Moonbeam.
That thing again? How is this even possible? You cast Moonbeam at the pigeon, and it kind of like starts flying about the room trying to dodge it. If you intuit that if you use Moonbeam on the pigeon, it may kill it. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Evil.
Maybe talk to the
First
bird
loss.
first.
Well, I
See-
mean,
The bird was here. The bird was in the room. Bird might have seen stuff.
all right, fine.
Talk to your ex.
Reluctantly,
Please.
you cease concentration on the Moonbeam, and I presume start up a Speak with Animals.
Speak with animals, yeah.
As you speak in pigeon over to this pigeon, it coos back. It says, "Harlot! You slut! I knew that you were going to be here with that wench!
I mean, I'm polyamorous. What do you expect?
I saw you with that big giant hat, and you tried to kill me with it.
Hat?
Oh,
What hat?
Yes.
talking to Arena.
Wait, no. I thought that was you.
What?
Wait. There's another you over here. I saw this one before. She starts get away from me. I saw this one when I tried to break into this Fort Knox of an establishment.
Hey, how do you know what Fort Knox is? My nose is bleeding.
Get it away from me. It hops over onto Malados. Holds
What's the
it.
name of this bird?
Okosan.
Is it?
It is Okosan, as you ask him. He seems to definitely recognize you.
Are you? Oh shit. Hang on. Proceed without me for a second.
Sure.
Okay.
That's gonna be very easy.
I know. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Wait, but did the bird say that he saw Arena twice?
No, he's saying that he saw Arena but mistook her for Oso.
Oh.
Because they look like the same, yeah.
They
Alright,
look
I'm back.
super
He's
similar.
He's not the
Confusion.
brightest of pigeons.
He just attacked
Okay.
the first shadow he saw. That's fair.
I went in through a small window, and then I found what I thought was Oso, but apparently was a different Oso. They were flipping through some pages or something. Then they cut themselves on a knife thing.
Ah, you did cut yourself with the letter opener, you bitch.
Oso relays this information, and then you
I'm
did
back.
cut yourself, you bitch. Okay. Okusan has stated that he mistook Arena for you as he tried to break in to... His reasoning is break up the unjust marriage of those two plants. But after mistaking Arena for you, he attacked Arena, and she shoot him out. But he says that she was reading a book at the desk and stabbed herself with a knife.
Wait a minute.
Stabbed herself?
After you relay
Did it-
this, Montana points accusingly at Arena, and she looks around the room. It was a letter opener, not a knife, but it's not the murder. I don't know what you want me to say.
Why?
I told you I was
Just
in that
that-
room. I told you I was with a book.
But you also said you cut yourself on paper, which means you have been lying tonight.
Lies!
This is
Oh
blood
shit!
magic.
I was about to ask the same.
I don't do blood magic, but
Insight! Insight!
if it is necessary, I suppose it's a little too late. I guess I'm gonna have to reveal why I was here,
Yeah, you better.
and why I had to be at the Castellanter's gala.
Tell me.
And why you had to murder Oliver.
Chemomancy.
She first takes out her spellbook and hands it to Alistair and says, "Here, check these. It's to ensure that I didn't cast any aggressive spells tonight, just so you know."
Okay. I
Alistair.
shall review.
You start flipping through her spellbook. You recall that she did show you that her spells are all in the spellbook and they glow blue, but when she casts them, their color fades, and reveals that the spell has been expended. But it still
URL.
remains like somewhat lit. There's like a little after image of it, but it's noticeably less bright compared to the spells that.
It's like when you click a link and it's purple
Yeah.
afterwards. It's like, oh, you visited
Actually,
this site.
yeah, that's canon now. They glow blue, but
I
then
love
when they're
that.
used, they glow purple.
They go
I
purple.
love it.
If they're
Yes.
if they aren't prepared, they aren't a hyperlink, so they're just normal text.
Oh my
Right,
God.
the normal text, yeah.
Can you
Fuck.
identify any spells that she has used tonight? I mean, she obviously has admitted to like the invisibility, but anything else?
As you flip through, and it takes a while as she's like gathering her thoughts, but you notice that she's used knock twice, which is a spell that opens doors and stuff. She's cast invisibility twice. She has Cone of Cold and Sleet Storm and Ice Storm and Ice Knife prepared, but none of them have been cast. She's also cast Unseen Servant a few times.
What is that one?
Unseen servant.
Unseen Servant creates an invisible, like, creature
Bodyguard.
thing.
Okay.
It can't do any aggressive things. It's basically a
simple
glorified
stuff, yeah.
mage
A
hand.
watchdog.
It can carry, I think, up to like 30 pounds, and like,
Yeah, either a watchdog or someone to help her search, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're invisible.
They're invisible and they are not intelligent, so you can just tell it to like go do the dishes and it'll do the dishes, and then it'll keep
Fuck
doing
yeah.
the dishes, and if you tell it to like bring water from the well, it'll keep splashing water from the well, and then
Are you
Mickey
trying
will
to get me
be
to
like,
be your unseen servant?
No.
Because I'll do your
Maybe.
dishes.
No, I was doing that, and then I realized it was kind of Fantasia
He wants
sort
to
That's
of.
what
wash
I
the
was
dishes.
thinking. Is it kind of sounded like Fantasia just continues to do the task over and over again until it
Yeah.
just runs out.
As she's explaining, she says, "I was using the Unseen Servants to search the library. I used Knock to get into the Castellanter's abode without a key. The invisibility I was using to sneak around, I told you I activated it twice. Once to get into the library and once to get into their bed chambers. So you can tell I was not lying about any
What
of
about
that.
the second? What about the second note?
The
This-
library and the bedchambers.
Yeah.
Both of them were locked beforehand, and she unlocked them.
Oh,
Their
the
bed
library
was
was not locked," says Victoro.
Oh,
Okay.
then
So
you
the
did
box-
look in the lockbox.
Yeah.
Why
that's
don't
what
I
she
tell
said.
you the true story from the beginning?
Uh huh.
And let me put the
Started with that.
well, she was showing you the book just as proof. I'm gonna get the cool music going.
Does anybody
Yeah.
know Zone of Truth?
I
No.
thought you did. You're the cleric.
I don't.
I feel like
So-
that would have been.
I suppose you should all know that I am not the person who runs the library at the Font of Knowledge. I'm a member of a group known as the Harpers. And Felrax just kind of like looks at her.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yes. Why?
Big surprise.
I'm a Harper too. I didn't know that. Well, of course you wouldn't have known. We're
The
spies.
point.
Don't know about everything. I didn't know that you were a Harper either.
Nope. So Rex, now we all know that both of you are Harpers.
God
Good job,
damn it!
guys.
This is why they have me in the Undermountain.
It's alright, buddy.
I need to get out more.
Mm.
I was looking
maybe
for
less.
a stolen book called The Grimoire of Asmodeus.
Oh.
It's not just a rare book, it's terribly dangerous. And according to our sources, the Castellanters stole it a few months ago. I went here after confirming that the book may be here using my divination magic. I had to get in, so I eventually found this one here. Alados. It's not my real name, it's actually Osvaldo. I don't care.
Okay,
Take a
Oswald,
Malados.
thank you.
Anyway, I couldn't find it in the library after looking for magical books, so I went into the bedroom. I opened the door with the knock spell, and then after a quick search, I found it inside of a stool compartment. But as I was flipping through it to make sure that everything was in order, there was a page torn out of it, so I kept up the search. Turned out that the extra page was kept in a lockbox. It was a blank parchment like the rest of the book, so I had to confirm it was real. And, well, the way to do that is you have to spread blood onto the page. So I found the letter opener and just opened a little wound in my hand, just enough to spread on the page. I guess some of it dripped onto the table when I wasn't noticing. This may have been before or after the pigeon attacked. It's hard to remember, but I guess he must have seen it happen. Either way, it revealed that the stolen page was a ritual in order to gain wealth and other fortunes and generic stuff like that you would call on a demon for. But it seems a little obvious now, although I was only going to bring it up when I returned back to the Harper's base. But the cost for this wealth is the servitude of your firstborn child.
Ooh.
Alados glares at Victoro.
I guessed this already. I guessed
You-
this.
You offered my soul to a demon to get your money back? Is this why we've been doing poorly the last few years, and why we suddenly turned things around as soon as I was kicked out of the house? Well, we saved a lot on avocado toast since you've been gone. Shut the fuck up, Boomer! You sold my soul for money.
For land development.
For a breadcrumb.
I mean, it was a lot.
Osvaldo,
You used me.
Amalia finally speaks up and says, "We had no idea, Osvaldo. We didn't know what the cost would be, we just read the words. We were desperate, going to lose everything. When we realized what had happened, we were worried someone was going to find out. We had to do what we could to save the family. Must understand, Osvaldo. We didn't intend to do this to you. We haven't cut you off. We've given you what we can. And there will be even more. I assure you, this next year is going to be a really good one. I'll fucking bet it is." Lets Oko-san like fly across the room and onto like Rikazoid's head again. Yeah, we're done here. I'm not attending any more of your shitty parties. This family thing, it's not gonna work anymore. Balkuma, can you just kill me now? I mean, I can oblige.
Yeah, I'll do it.
No, that's not necessary.
Maybe outlive your folks and just, show them one better.
You know
Step
what?
up a bit.
The best revenge is living well.
Mm-hmm. Let them suffer knowing that you're doing good without them.
I just want to get out of here. I don't want to see them again.
Well, then let's figure out who the killer is so we can get a move on.
Well, they have a point. They probably wouldn't have known what the cost was, if it's any consolation. It's not exactly obvious unless you're versed in magic as to what this does, but it's possible to read it if you knew how to use it. That is why I needed to recover this book, because of its inherent dangers. She pulls out the book and shows it to you guys and reveals that the pages are in fact blank. She kind of picks at her scab on her hand and
Yeah.
spreads some blood on the page. You can see words start to manifest underneath the smear.
That's kind of cool.
I imagine it just wiggles across the page to where the letters would be.
And I
The
bet
blood forms. the
Yeah.
letter.
I bet if we look in that lockbox, we can probably find information on their taxes and things like that.
Oh, can confirm there's definitely information on taxes in there.
Oh, you got a good look inside?
I mean, I didn't quite look at everything, but I know that there's some of the stuff is in there. They were very resilient to having us open up that box.
Yeah, they did not want us to see what was inside.
I can
Now
imagine.
we know why. But it would have appeared as a blank page.
Well, you guys didn't get a good look at it. You just saw that there were papers in there.
Yeah.
You
No, I'm
actually
saying-
didn't look through it. You opted not to because
Yeah, I
Castle
opted not
Enter
to.
decided not
Oh,
to.
What I mean is, if he was so, he wouldn't have been afraid to show us that secret because it would have looked like nothing.
Unless
Yeah.
we knew what it was.
He wouldn't have been hiding it because it would just look like a blank page.
Well, that's also it's one page, but like the tax stuff underneath, we wouldn't know.
That's a valid
guess-
point. Why would he still be hiding the lockbox if it wouldn't reveal a page or whatever?
Well, tonight at
Right.
the opening ceremony, Thrazir was talking about some loans or something, and
The
some
simulacrum of Thozir?
the
Yeah.
beta one.
I know the
Tuesday?
details of this. I knew that we were going to announce that at the guild meet, that the Castle Enters and Trazir were opening up a trade network. Ooh, this is not the best time to bring this up.
No, go ahead.
No. I think this is quite the best time to bring this up
Open
because
up a Sam's Club, right?
Maybe I don't
Yeah,
want
Sam's
to start a jewelry trade in Mithril Hall. Sorry, Castle Enters. It's understandable. Obviously. Just take your business elsewhere, Thrazir. Yeah, that was I was going to. I mean, yeah. I don't care if you're taking out loans again or whatever now that you're back into money. I don't take blood money. I do take money. I do take lots of money. But this money doesn't feel good. I don't want to get my hands that dirty.
BB, I have a question.
Hmm?
Do you have a lockbox?
No, we
No.
left it upstairs.
we could potentially ask the Balakuma to go and get it.
Did somebody ring?
Ugh.
Yeah, we'd like to have another look at that lockbox.
Sure! I'll go get it for you!
Thanks.
A servant flies into the room. Ah! Go get the
I
lockbox sitting
imagine,
under
like,
the
the-
Castellanter's bed. What? Bye! Ah!
I imagine like a door opening and like through the door is just like a field of stars. Like he just
Just
like
being
we're just
pulled.
like locked off from like the end. He's just like, where the fuck did it
Wait,
come from?
Have you seen Spirited Away?
Yes.
And the main character gets pulled through all those doors.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Just like by the chest, it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
go
By the
that way.
front is what I imagined. Yeah, it's like
The stuffed
Limbs are
owlbear
plugged
kind
in.
of like taps his feet for a little while and like looks at an imaginary wristwatch, whatever that is.
What is that?
And then he says, I think he should have it by now. He arrives and he has the lockbox in his hand. I'll take that. Bye-bye. No, please. Ah!
not again.
Here you go. Look to your heart's content. Balkuma goes back down there to the darkness. The Castlanters say, you can look at that, it's fine. Won't find anything of import in there.
I'm investigating it.
You investigate it. You can see that there are tax documents in it. There's not a blank page, but Orina did say that she took it. You look through it, and I mean, it's a lot of gobbledygook to you. You don't really understand all this numbers business.
I
Does
sure
anybody else want to give it a try?
Also, there's two other places that we might need to look. On Victorio's person and inside that secret compartment at the stool.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say underneath his poof.
No, definitely we need to check underneath the poof.
We checked the secret
Not my
compartment. There
secret
wasn't anything in
compartment.
it.
No. When
Secret
Victorio went to
tunnel.
go and put the box back, he opened up the secret compartment to look inside, which might
Oh,
also
you
mean
think he
could
might have put
placed
something in
Yes.
at that point? Okay, I gotcha.
Which is why right now he's like, you can look to your heart's content. There ain't nothing there for you.
As somebody goes to check on that, Alistair, you start looking through, and you were a noble once, so you kind of like have at least passing familiarity of this. The variety of like tax records seem to show strange numbers on them to you. Like to anybody else, it would just be like a bunch of numbers, but in these, it looks like the numbers have just like they don't make sense. Like, the numbers should show, oh, they owe this much in taxes, but instead it says, oh, your refund is this much. That sort of thing, but it's all across the board.
Somebody's got some funky business going on.
Yeah, it's definitely funky, but it is signed and sealed by the official sources. Like, it's been checked by like the money lenders
The
and all that.
Waterdeep Revenue Service.
Yeah, the IRS, the WRS. So yeah, that's definitely sus. As you're looking through BB, I'm gonna have you make a perception check.
Boom.
Right.
Hopefully.
You note something that is interesting, particularly to you.
BB used to be an accountant.
There is a folded up parchment, I guess. It makes more sense than a pile of papers. And it's stamped with a icon that you've seen before.
Oh,
It is a torch with 3 embers turned upside down, apparently, from the envelope. Recognizes this as the sigil of Shadow Dusk,
Oh no.
which is the family that betrayed you, I believe.
Yes.
They disappeared and were last seen escaping in the Undermountain.
Torch with 3 embers on a purple background.
Mhm. I mean, the wax is purple.
What wax is purple, I figure. Can I look at that one? Mind if I... Yeah, that one right there. I go ahead and I kind of reach out, go grab that letter.
Victoria winces.
I rip that fucker open.
It says not much, but it looks like it has been opened before. The wax seal was actually broken. It says, "Dearest Victoro and Amalia Castellanter, our congratulations on your recent fortunes. We have sent our best professional to honor your request, and hope that some of your new bodyguards will be at our disposal in addition to your own. Your payment will be your loyalty and discretion." It is unsigned, and that's that.
So the Castlelanters hired an assassin.
Sounds
Fucking
like,
knew
yeah.
it.
But why?
To kill their
What
son.
To kill their son?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I feel like
but
it was to kill their son. They accidentally messed up, and
it was the wrong
Oliver.
one.
Yeah.
Because Oliver was in the wrong place
at
at the wrong time.
time.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
And-
saying that I hired an assassin?
That's
that
what he
really what
just
you think?
said.
It just says a professional. That could be anything.
I'm sorry. Do you know who these people are? Do you really understand who
It's-
you might be working with?
It's a noble family. There's some people in Waterdeep that you probably wouldn't know. He is lying.
Think again, buddy.
Damn, don't
I
sound
would
right over
like-
me.
To make sure that you are aware of how aware I am of these people and the capabilities of what they do and can do and how much they have ruined in my life. You might want to make sure you're speaking true words right now, because they are dangerous. And either you are stupid, like really fucking stupid, or you think you're more clever than they are.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Yeah, right.
Victoro
Are you
lowers his
charging
head.
a fire breath? Jeez. Or a lightning breath?
Victoro lowers his head and says, "We didn't contact them. They contacted us. Listen, we weren't trying to kill our son, alright? We were approached by these people. They sent other messages before, but we burned them until one day when we replied. These shadow dusks, we used to know of them, but we haven't heard of them since they disappeared. They promised us that they had their eyes on Waterdeep. They said that... Well, they said that they had heard that the Silmarhelves were thinking of taking out a loan. The Castellanters' money-lending services. And with our recent fortunes, we had plenty to spare. They surmised that if we got them in our debt, that they would be willing to provide us with the mercenaries that they train as part of their noble house.
So how does having their son killed work to your plan?
Yeah, that seems counterintuitive. Don't you know about this whole thing? The whole or else bit? You want to get to that? We're not hitmen, alright?
I have a feeling that somebody else had their fingers in this pie. They
we
knew
thought
what was going
that
on.
they would be pressed into making a desperate move because they owed the Zentarum lots of money and didn't have anywhere else to get it from. But nobody else would give them a loan due to their bad credit. But if the Castellanters could, it would be their saviors. And, well, their son dying would show that the Zentarum meant business. Wait, so first you turn me into a fucking devil, and then you go and kill someone, or get someone killed? I'm sorry that you all had to find out like this. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to continue the Castellanter's legacy if this gets out. But it seems that there's not much that I can do about it. But I think you're missing one little detail about this. I didn't murder that person. Oliver didn't die by my hands.
Right. If we want to go with the technicalities, there's somebody else here that is working for the Shadow Dusk family.
We always go with the technicalities here.
All right.
Yeah,
Even if
doesn't matter.
even if these fuckers didn't kill him, they may have arranged it, but they didn't kill him. I'm here to find out the murderer, and their hands are clean. Clean, 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 except for all of the black ink on it. No blood. Nothing like that. So you all need to find out just who is the killer.
Hey, Balkuma, before you run off,
Yeah, what's that?
we figure out this person is from the Shadow Dusk. Will you give me the honor of killing them?
We'll see. We'll see.
Yikes.
I promise you guys that you will get the story one day. They are not good people.
BB, I've never heard you talk about these people.
Probably for good reason, also.
Well,
They're just very dangerous.
I followed you here for that reason.
you know, we've kind of been missing like a crucial detail, haven't we? If we're still trying to figure out who the murderer is, oh,
The murder weapon? Yeah.
what was the murder weapon? Well, it wasn't my ice knife. In spite of all of the water and snow at the murder scene, I didn't cast any ice magic today. It wasn't me.
Sure wasn't.
Can
I think I
we?
missed something.
What? What did you miss?
Just now. Were you guys talking just now? Because I didn't hear it.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about in general.
No.
Whoa. Have we been streaming this whole time?
Wait, who's Oliver?
I don't need to sleep, he proclaims. No, Arabelle brought up the murder weapon, and then Arena's assuring that she didn't use any ice magic, so if she used, like, an ice knife or something, it would have blended into the scene, but she didn't have that spell prepared.
I do have a bit of a question. How does Thrazir's simulacrum fit into all of this? What was it doing here?
That is another good question.
And who shoved its clothes in the laundry chute?
mm-hmm.
Well,
They were trying to
wouldn't have
hide
been the
something.
murderer if they were trying to hide something. You know, if, now, I know you all don't like me, but if I was gonna off somebody, here's what I would be thinking. If, you said that Oliver didn't see nobody when he was killed except for a horned figure, but Thrazir's, his lookalike is not horned or anything. Maybe they came in as they were hiding the body. Then they had to off Thrazir.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
So they would have had to get rid of any evidence,
There
as
might
well
have
as
been
any
two victims.
pile of snow or whatever.
Well,
Wait, if there was
so
snow,
they broke the vase.
if there was snow, it would have had to take a long time to melt. So it would have had to happen a long time ago, right?
Yeah, we already said that. You said that.
Right. So
Sorry, I'm still catching up.
the simulacrum was basically destroyed a while ago when someone took its place.
Right, and maybe they
Could
broke
not
the
the vase have just
to-
been a false flag, a red herring?
Yes, so that it looked like water.
Yeah, that we thought it was water for a long time. But the fact remains, we don't know what the murder weapon is. I think that somebody here must have gotten a weapon from somewhere. If nobody brought a weapon in, then somebody must have used magic, but not me. I think somebody else here is a magic user, but they're hiding it.
You mean other than Felrax, because we already know that.
And I have an airtight alibi.
His
I was
presence
seen
is
by the
counterfeit.
Castellanters and everybody. I haven't left this place. I did say I have an iron bladder, but I do very much need to pee now. That's okay. Dawn is coming. Oh,
I thought he was
good.
gonna
Oh,
say that's
shit.
okay. Oh, you're gonna make me pee.
Malados kind of like shrugs and says, "Look, I just have tiefling magic. It's like thaumaturgy, hellish rebuke. That's it. That's all I can do. I can't do magic at all.
Is there
I
any
actually,
way
Of
we
course,
can find
I
out if
can do
someone
magic.
does do magic?
But that I was not here and my guy had no spells, whatever. I don't do magic either. Neither do I. We're well known as nobles, not spellcasters. I'm just a dancer. I'm in the trades district and everything. Well,
I
can-
glance at the pigeon.
You side-eye the pigeon and Skullbreaker. Oko-san is like on Skullbreaker and like plucking away at some of the leaves.
Fuck you, bitch.
It's like grabbing a leaf, shaking it vigorously, and then tossing it onto the ground.
I have
My
a
God.
question. Okusan attacked what he thought was me in
Yeah.
the bedroom?
Yeah, you attacked.
Were you disguised as me?
No, of course not. No,
Then why
Oko-san's
did he-
just an idiot.
Oh, okay,
I will nip that one in the bud.
Okay.
He thought
Oko-san's
pudding
just
was
dumb.
something else as well when you were talking to him before. So
Okay.
easy
It was
mistake.
dark. The pointy head looked like an antler.
I did want to make a weird side note, just kind of looking at the cast of folk here. Oliver said that he saw someone with horns, but what if they were ears?
That's what I was thinking.
What? Me? But
Oh,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
You.
I thought that anyone could have had horns because of the
It
Devil
could have
mask.
also been the devil mask as well. Yeah, it's kind of a hard.
It's kind of hard to pin it down, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I'm trying to figure out what I would need to ask her.
Orina just
Is
says,
there a way to
"Listen,
find out if someone does magic?
can anybody listen? You've all dated these other people, or at least talked to them. Does anybody know if any of them has had the ability to like conjure knives or anything out of anywhere, or cast spells, or like maybe do ice magic of their own?"
If Felrex, if you got your book on you, maybe you can just show us like Arena showed us.
I mean, I can show you. Yeah,
I can show.
Okusan's got a pretty sharp beat.
Only
Belrax is showing you guys his spellbook, and there's no discrepancies there. But Arena is like telling you guys people don't need a spellbook to do magic, so this
Right.
doesn't necessarily prove anything other than Felrex's innocence. Alistair, what are you
Well,
saying?
whatever that being we encountered in the alleyway where we met Maldosphere / Oswald.
That's right.
The three
Do you
daggers.
think
yeah.
that maybe there's a ghost?
Ghost.
Maybe a spirit followed us from that alleyway, and it
I-
was haunting
Right.
Oliver.
It
There were
was a
3 daggers in
spirit.
his
It's
back.
just someone.
Yeah, not a spirit. No.
Ghosts don't exist, my
It,
boy.
it could be a goes, I can assure you that this place was thoroughly swept for spirits and specters before the trial. No ghosts here, except for your pasts.
Oh, all right.
Bye.
See? Told you.
I saw his butt. That owlbear's butt was in front of me.
That's Death's ass.
So then, how do we know if someone can do magic?
You start looking around the room, just kind of like peering at everybody suspiciously. I'll have each one of you make insight checks
I'm great at those tonight.
as you like ponder
No,
your.
I'll re-roll it. It's late enough.
Sure, you guys do have
Okay.
inspiration. I
Oh,
don't think
cool.
anybody's used it.
I'm also gonna re-roll mine.
I got 20.
Got a 23.
And Alistair, you got a 23?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it up there. I saw like your name next to nothing, so I didn't know what that was. But then
Oh yeah.
I guess it's further up. Alistair, you actually think you might know somebody that used a knife today when there weren't any around.
Oh no. No.
Skullbreaker, no!
Not the. No. Who was this?
I don't know. That's all. That's the best that your tip of your tongue can get you.
No, damn it.
Alistair.
How did Maggie cut the cake?
How
I
did
don't
Maggie
know.
cut the cake?
How did Maggie cut the cake?
What?
How did Maggie cut the cake?
Magatha, how did you cut the cake?
There was a. I just served it to you guys to you, Alistair. Don't you remember?
Yep. I remember.
It was
Checks
Magatha
out.
all along.
There were no knives out on the table.
Eyes out.
Yeah, that's what we're
Trademark.
saying. So how did you cut the cake?
I found one behind it. Impossible. There were no knives at the table. I wouldn't have allowed them.
Insight check.
She seems rather frazzled even without the insight check.
Alright. Well,
Without you staring at her with your mechanical beady eyes.
I want to just question directly, Meg. Who do you work for?
Get this thing off of me! I don't work for anybody. You're really accusing me, Alistair? We went to the orchard together. Remember? We did the race and talked about your species and everything.
Yes.
The worker
Yes.
didn't remember
Your,
her.
our
Yes, you-
species.
You made a
Miss
great cover.
But
Our.
nobody saw me go anywhere. I've been just going to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
The woman at the orchard
Maggie.
didn't remember Maggie.
Yeah.
Magpie.
No, you can't. You can't. This isn't.
Hold on.
Ben's a robot.
Ben's
then.
going
Ben's a
robot.
robot.
Robot. He's trying to say something.
Ben.
Can you hear us now?
Yep.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
back.
What
You
were
went
you
robot.
trying to say?
I was gonna say, I just said, oh my god, that's why she was in the bathroom for so long.
Okay. Yeah, well, we had that suspicion like day one.
You don't all believe
Well,
this, right?
Nope, I don't.
You're
No.
just going on this
Maggie.
one person's belief, right?
Then you need to prove to us you didn't do it.
I'm gonna walk up at
I
her
don't-
shoulder and be like, the jig is up, Maggie.
I don't have any
That's-
magic. I couldn't have done it.
Phoebe, get your manacles out.
I
Old
thought
man.
what we had was
Never mind.
special.
I was trying
Wait,
to insight
how
to see
can-
if that was a lie. And
How can
I
we
failed.
just assume that this one is it? I know that you all seem to be hard set on this, but really it's just this cat's word against hers, and if I'm being honest, they both have the same capabilities, assuming that what you're insinuating is correct. One just has a weapon on hand. And then Arena finally says, no, I think that we can call this one. Why don't I run it through for you all one time, and if you disagree with anything, just let me know. But
Go
here's
right ahead.
how I think it went down.
Comic book time.
Yay!
Agnes.
I'm hearing the Clue music in my head. That's...
We got this one.
The culprit tried to kill Oliver, back in Three Daggers Alley, but was thwarted by you guys. Then they shadowed the party until learning about the gala, and they seduced one of your members, Alistair, to get an invitation. Later, at the gala, the culprit left when they saw Oliver was leaving the dance alone by themselves, saying they needed to go to the bathroom. They, if they have magic, donned invisibility and followed the victim. But then they noticed that Rick was following Oliver upstairs, so the culprit had to hide, not wanting to risk any chance of getting noticed, even through invisibility. Noticing Arena head into the library across the hall, the culprit unlocked the door to the master bedroom. While there, they saw the devil mask on the bed frame and decided to use it to confuse anyone trying to investigate the crime. They donned the horn mask while invisible, just a floating head to onlookers. Once Rick was gone, the culprit went into action. They attacked Oliver just outside Osvaldo's bedroom, well, his old bedroom, killing him in front of the urn and dragging him inside the room. What they weren't expecting was an uninvited witness, Thrazir's simulacrum. With Thrazir's clone out of spells, the culprit was able to drag them into the bedroom and kill them easily. In another unexpected turn, they turned into snow. Not knowing what to do, they needed to cover this up quickly. So, the culprit put the nearby vase above the door so it would smash and seem like spilled water on the ground. Then they took Thrazir's robes and shoved them into the nearby laundry chute, leaving just his shoes behind, having a better plan for that. With the vase set up on the door, the culprit couldn't leave the room the way that they came in, so they needed to leave out the window. So they smashed the window, used Thrazir's shoes, surprisingly heels, to make muddy prints in the garden. They probably smelled like Arabelle's just because they were next to them. Hoping to implicate Thrazir, they took his shoes out the window and just made those muddy prints out the bush. Unexpectedly, they got some of their fur caught in the bushes. After discarding the mask, Malados saw them emerging from the bushes, but this time it worked in their favor. Gave them an alibi that they were just in the bathroom. The culprit returned to the gala and placed Thrazir's shoes back in the closet. With no Thrazir and his prints at the crime, he was set up to take the fall. Oliver's death. You planned it from the start, didn't you, Maggie? And yeah, she suddenly turns kind of dark and broody. She says, "Yeah, fine. It all works out. There's not much that you guys can do about it. I did what I got paid for. There's no bringing him back. Any touch from a Shadow Dusk blade, they don't come back that easy."
Son of a ball.
Did you expect a god of death?
I bet they didn't. Looks like we've... Hey, get off of me! Looks like we've got a potential candidate here. I think we should call for voting time. What do you guys think? The sun's starting to head up over the horizon.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Or real high, rather.
But it's in reverse, yeah.
But in
Wake up,
reverse.
Hulk! Wake up!
Well, I think it's voting time. Everybody, there should be little gemstones in front of your pews. They each have a name set into their glowing image. I want you to put whoever's name you vote for in the bag in front of you. Then I'll collect them, and we will see who is guilty. Or at least, who you think is guilty. Will you make the right choice, or the dreadfully wrong one? Let's find out! Everybody
Next
sets...
time on
Everybody sets to vote, and the votes come out unanimous as Maggie. Well, how did they do, folks? Looks like they were 100% correct!
Oh,
Maggie is the murderer!
I really thought you were going to say wrong for a second.
You're all gonna die, fuckers! Looks like Maggie will be the one that is punished tonight. I did my duty. I did what I did for the Shadow Dusks. They will rise again in Waterdeep. And you all
not
will
if I
fall.
have anything to say
They
about
can
it.
spend all that money.
They had a message for you, too, Mr. BB Blue. They know you've been coming after them. They're not gonna fall to you. They barely even care. You think they would have sent an assassin after you if they cared. But no, they wanted to kill this guy just for a bit of money and insurance. They're far too powerful. There's nothing that you can do about that. They're going to sweep Waterdeep. They are going to rule it from the shadows.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
And the furrier they are, the more blood gets stained on them.
All right.
Everyone, I think it's punishment time! And, as the strange deity raises his hands up into the air, the doors start to open to the chamber, and a bunch of humanoid figures cloaked in black and wielding these wicked kind of serpentine daggers dripping with the blood of poison start to make their way towards Maggie. You think these guys are gonna stop me? And then her hands jolt back into handcuffs as BB has strapped her in for the ride. No, you're gonna get punished. And Maggie struggles against the restraints, and finally BB just kind of shoves her onto the ground. Ball's Reapers head out towards Maggie and start stabbing her violently. And you guys are witness to this brutal, violent murder. At least I got to murder one person tonight.
I cover Skullbreaker's eyes.
Where would those be? Where are
Everywhere.
you holding her hands?
Worry about it.
Okay.
All the leaves, cover all of them, including the little
For us to
baby.
know.
I'm
Sure,
probably just looking at the journal that I was supposed to give her.
sure, I can't carry out any murders, but my followers sure can. I got loads of them. I'm trending on Twitter all the time.
Oh my god.
Drag her away, boys! And the Reapers start to grasp at Maggie's now, torn apart body and drag the bloody mess out the door. The door closes and then opens with a bang, and the servant walks through. What? I thought I heard something happen in here.
No,
Well,
nothing here.
as promised, you all get to go home with your lives. Congratulations. For now. I'll see you later, everyone. Next time someone gets murdered and I get bored.
Oh,
And, the strange, pews that are in front of you, shrink down into the ground with a rumble. You can see that the clouds have, started to, disappear from the windows, revealing that sunlight is starting to peek over, the harbor of Waterdeep. And it is dawn. One of you is dead, and a lot of you have some explaining to do. But you guys are alive, and that's what matters. So, I guess we will continue this next time on the Dork Vision stream.
Woo!
So, everybody, you can watch this stream every Wednesday. I know we did Thursday this time, but it's every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can catch our sister stream over on Sundays from 9 p.m. to midnight. That is at a normal time this week. That's a different group of people running through a homebrew campaign. You can also find my books on Drive-Thru RPG and on the DM's Guild. Noble Crumpet's Book of Secrets is coming soon. And I think that's all the announcements. So we will see you next time as the players start to head back into the dungeons of the Undermountain. Also, at the start of the session next time, I'm going to pull a patron. We didn't really have enough time this week, but next week we will pull a patron to join us. So make sure you're on that list. The higher tier you are, the greater chance of being pulled and asked to join these players in the Undermountain.
Yay.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Good night, everyone.